is Brawlhalla.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sunday action of Brawlhalla. That means we got North America up on deck here. My name is Skip, with me is Keg, and we are ready to get into some good old Brawlhalla action here, featuring some of the better players, some of the more exciting players in the world. That is biased, by the way. So, but Keg, how are we feeling today?
How do you really know I'm Keg?
Alright, we gotta get this guy out of here.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. Those are the daily affirmations that I need. I have to look myself in the mirror, or most importantly, the call, and be like, I am Keg. But actually, no, I'm not Keg today. I want to be Skiff. Can we switch the names around?
You don't want to be Skiff.
Are you sure? I like your
you're about to be really sad.
Yeah, Sif! Yes, I'll take Sif. I'll take Sif.
Sif. Oh, no.
Skiff!
No,
Yes.
Rick. You
Skip
messed up.
2.0, even
No,
better.
No.
Oh.
Go back to Sif.
6.7. 6.7.
No, he messed up. He messed up. Go back to Sif. You messed up. You're a loser.
I am hereby now known as Sif. However, even though I am hereby dubbed by the Brawlhalla Kings and Queens of Sif, we have some Kings and Queens in our lobby now too, because North America is about to start. We have ourselves Bunny versus Money. That's Rayman versus the Amugi. These two players never swapped their legends since the dawn of Brawlhalla time, when the dinosaurs quite literally walked the earth. We've only seen these two play the same exact legends, and I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Am I crazy, or is Sif like actually like?
Are you still on the whole Sif thing? That was like a year ago, dude.
Yeah, I know, but
come on, get
Sif,
with the times.
I think Sif is like an actual like character within like Slavic mythology.
Yeah, because I know my Slavic mythology off the top of my head.
Sif is a S-I-F, is a Norse goddess and the wife of Thor. So, I mean, hey, congratulations on your marriage.
You know what?
Married.
I got a baddie. What can I say? I will take Thor any day of the week.
What's cool, though, is like that kind of fits within, you know, Brawlhalla, you know, in the Valhalla. So I thought that was just kind of a neat little touch. Accidental thing, but it is what it is. That's neither here nor there. We're kind of waiting to get our next game started here. Oh God, we got Money typing in 6-7 here.
6-7, see, Money knows what's up.
Yeah. You know what? It is what it is.
Oh, hold on. Money's correcting me. My name is pronounced M-O-A-N-I. Moneyholla? Is it really after all this time? I'm so sorry. I am not a pronunciationologist. It goes very much against what my job is here. But historically, I've never been a good pronunciator. Anyways, this is our bracket for the day. The matches that we're going to be covering. Animefan making his long-awaited non-2v2 return, going up against a name that, frankly, I haven't heard of before. That's going to be, God, we talked about Moneyholla being a struggle name for me to pronounce. Skiff. Skiff, what? Help me out here, man.
What was going on?
How do I pronounce that guy's name?
Moni?
No! Next to Animefan, Irqzz.
Irqzz.
Irqzz?
Yeah, come on, dude. Give it the program.
Irqzz? See,
yeah, Irqzz.
My brain was thinking too much about the double Qs.
Hang on. I'm talking to Moni.
You're talking to everybody, man. Come on.
I'm just making sure they're good to go. Okay?
Hey, you know what? I'm Sif. You know, you gotta watch out for me. I'm gonna send Thor after you.
Oh no. Oh.
Yeah. You better be scared.
Well, actually, he's true. Why didn't we see any Thors the other day? I feel like he's in a good spot, right? I feel like he's got everything you would want right now.
I feel like he has the same issue why we, at least I was expecting not to see as much Dusk. I think Dusk, again, great weaponry. Spear's in a good spot right now. Orb is in a fantastic spot. The signatures are very situational, but we saw quite a few Dusk players make it work. The issue now is that I think Thor is also even more situational when it comes to the Sig kit, and his hammer, his orb are great. There's other legends in this game that can do both better.
But hey, we're going to be getting into our first game here. That's going to be a really solid set. There's a chance it's going to be the best set we actually get for our block, just because I'm a big fan of both these players here between Moneyholla and Bunny. Bunny, one of my favorite players to watch, period. Absolute lunatic when she's playing. Shows no fear from start to finish.
Absolutely. Very aggressive player. One of my favorite Gauntlet players to watch as a whole. Only sticks with Rayman. Moneyholla only sticks to the Imugi. I'm not expecting any legend swaps whatsoever. We got to take that out of the equation. Starting off on Fortress of Lions, though, this is going to be a great stage for both of these players. Moneyholla, sticking with the Greatsword, has to watch out, though. Fishing for those recoveries. It's going to be a strong start up against Bunny. But think about it again. Mugi is a battle tank defensively. All it takes is a few more hits for Moneyholla to lose for first stock.
I mean, that's just kind of where it comes through, man. That's just what he's all about. He's got two strong weapons that are just primed to take stocks as fast as possible. But at the end of the day, it is still Bunny on the other side here. You can see that they're both showing a lot of respect. Both these players have no problem going in and getting real messy with it, right? Just going in, blow for blow, throwing shots at each other. But don't expect them to just be throwing their socks away either. They will take their time before, you know, try to see if the other one can bite a little bit too early.
Now, you mentioned that, and I do think there's been a habit in the past for Bunny. Yep, first stock of the day gone now in Moneyholla's favor. Bunny does tend to overheat sometimes when there is a deficit up against her. There's a lot of damage applied to Moneyholla already. I don't think we're going to see that just yet. But as we get farther into the set, just keep that in mind. Bunny has to make sure that she can still stay within her own grasp. She does even it up, no damage applied. It's just a matter of seeing if Moneyholla can grab that Greatsword again, and he does. But we haven't seen the axe at all.
The axe came out very briefly. He like got a hit to send Bunny off stage and then just kind of tossed it immediately. Yeah, it was very brief. It went right back to a Greatsword afterwards. So you're not entirely wrong, but it was a very, very brief moment. But yeah, I mean, the Greatsword is kind of like Moni's special here. Like, it's what he's comfortable on. I'm not going to be like expecting him to go for axe unless it's like a dire situation here.
It's like a 99-1 split.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is like, the Greatsword on Imugi anyway is strong. He's got some great moves on it. You know, he does some pretty decent damage. The combos are pretty fluid in general. So, like, I'm not surprised to just see him do that anyway, so.
Fantastic second stock off of Bunny, though. This was, again, she was the first to fall. Moneyholla followed up. No damage applied to Bunny. She's been so oppressive with this axe, controlling the movements of Moneyholla specifically. Even with the Greatsword out, we didn't get to see a lot of heroics just yet. Slide charge GC side sig, not enough to confirm against Bunny. That would have been the stock takedown. But Bunny, still playing it safe, being grounded onto the stage itself. Moni's fishing for that recovery, gets the slide charge D-Sig, and despite everything, Moneyholla still confirms second stock first.
Yeah, that was actually very well done there from Moneyholla, especially what you were kind of pointing out here, is that Bunny lost that first stock, but then was in control for that second stock for a pretty good amount of time, just wasn't able to close that out. So this is definitely a time where we need to see that momentum change here a little bit. We need to see Bunny close out that stock first to take us game one. But if things keep going the same way it is, we can expect Moni to take this game.
Bunny's got to be very careful off stage. That's where Moni's trying to find those easy stock takedowns up against her. But on the grounded game, it's a very different story. The problem, though, is that Bunny has to chip away so much extra damage than what Moni has to do. Axe is back out again. She has that distance around the Greatsword. She's playing for the punish, waiting to drop her own landing and find a way to get the S-Light or even a Sair up against Moni before to get something started. But Moni's getting smarter about it, though. Pivoting around, looking for starters to open things up, through the axe around, get that stop against Bunny. Now on the edge card, I get a little nervous. Her first game, that could have been it. That was a D-Sig coming out from Bunny. It wasn't enough. Weapon throw not either. No weapon at all for Bunny. She dodges around. Can it be enough, though? Bunny's looking for an opportunity to fish for that recovery. That'll be enough to possibly end this final stock of game one for Bunny's side. Oh, ground pound is out. Bunny throws the weapon, gets that extension, but catches the landing again. Second ground pound comes out. Bunny gets game number one.
A very clutch moment there from Bunny. Definitely needed to get that that stock out of the way. Very well done, too, because I feel like Moni's been doing a very good job of controlling the pace for long periods. It's just what Bunny needs to be doing here, and, you know, she's doing a very good job of it, is taking her time, right? And then once she finds that opening, my goodness, is she explosive. She goes for crazy damage, crazy combos, and will find a way to even it up if not take the lead. So she's been doing very well on that end, but Moni has also been doing very well, like I said earlier, controlling the game for long paces of a time.
What I really like too is that Bunny's gotten more and more comfortable off stage each stock that went by in game one. We didn't see a lot of it stock one. We saw more of it stock two. Stock three finally got Moneyholla down early with that ground pound. So Axe out early on, controlling the pacing again on Moneyholla's side. We're seeing more comfortability on Moneyholla go for the anti-aerial with those recoveries off Greatsword. It's just a matter of Bunny to run around again and find that proper landing farther away to not get caught into the recovery trap. Uh-oh. Wow, great escape. She did essentially nothing to get out of it. Moneyholla just predicted the movement wrong.
That's fine, though. I mean, both of them are doing a pretty good job, and even though he, got that prediction wrong, I mean, he was still able to take that first stock here. But like the first game, these two are trading shot for shot, and they're building up a lot of damage on each other. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bunny take the stock here pretty soon.
Yeah, it's always been slightly after that first where Bunny gets the trade almost immediately. Oh, double side sig doesn't connect. Moneyholla's fishing for it.
Moni is just so... Yeah, he is just taking his time. There's a lot of times I feel like we could have got a punish, but he just opts to kind of like dance around a little bit just to see if he can find a better opening. And he is finding those openings for sure. I don't know if it's just because Bunny starts to get a little frustrated or what, but I mean, it's working out pretty well.
Yeah, this was my fear about Bunny when watching it play in 1v1s and 2v2s, is that you'll see an overextension a lot of the time once that deficit starts to grow. Not to say that it's impossible, though. Bunny has certainly tempered those expectations a lot more, even since the last time I got to watch her play. But right now, a 2-stock difference. Bunny's going to have to play this very carefully. Bunny's playing it almost exclusively for a punish game. GC and Light's going to be out, though, for Bunny to take that first stock. Bunny still has a full stock lead.
Yeah, no, he's definitely doing really well here. I'm not saying the game is slower because it's still like a very fast-paced game between these two, but I feel like he has like really set the pace to something that he's more comfortable with. He is in full control, I feel like, in this game too.
You know what it's like? It's fast-paced, I agree, but when they're engaged like this, it feels like it's in slow motion.
Yeah, Moni certainly just continues to take his time here, and honestly, it's working out for him, so...
Oh, great read into the side stick. That was wonderful.
Bunny almost was able to get that ground pound there, just barely missing out on that hitbox too. But as we can see right now, last stock scenario here for Bunny in this game too. 121. I mean, yeah, you could get the stock here. You do with the ground pound. You're going to be able to even things up in terms of stock count, but we need to see an excellent stock from Bunny here to see if she can go up 2-0.
Moni's been playing a fantastic game on this Imugi. He's essentially had so many opportunities to close this out. That dare, though, that we nearly saw from second stock could have been it, but eventually, though, we get to see a little bit of fundamentals come out, though, to end that second game, make things an even 1-1 for the set. But like I was saying, though, we are seeing a lot of opportunities where Moni could close this out earlier, and we nearly saw that on his second stock, but it's just small little micro movements like this where Bunny takes advantage, gets out of the way, and Moni's out there to capitalize. So going into Game 3, 1-1 set skiff, I'm expecting Moni to probably take a few extra seconds to read Bunny's movements and figure out, okay, what can I do that's not nearly as obvious to try to catch her out off guard?
I mean, I feel like what he's doing now is it's working.
It is. Just, don't get me wrong. It is.
Yeah, because I feel like both these players are very capable of winning the set, right? Especially, we're tied 1 apiece right now. We're going into Game 3 with the two of them even. But like, it really just kind of comes down to who just executes a little bit better, right? Sometimes a player will make a very small mistake, but the other one's going to take advantage of that and really capitalize on it by building up a lot of damage, potentially getting a stock. So it really just kind of comes down to the small things here.
Yeah, and that's a really good way of putting what I was saying about his second stock, though, is that Moni is making fantastic macro movements. It's just small little punishes that I hope we get to see cleaned up here for Game 3. So far, the answer seems to be yes. Good catch off on that side sig. Bunny said far, far away. Had that been anywhere else on the stage, just like that, that would have been a stock takedown. We finally see it now. Moneyholla remaining on that lead.
And I feel like he's actually starting to put the pedal to the metal a little bit more here compared to those first 2 games. The pace definitely feels a lot faster, a lot more aggressive on his end here. So maybe that's just a way to kind of keep Bunny on her toes, or on the back foot at least. But we do see Bunny find a way to even things up here fairly quickly. 2 stocks completely even.
And this was a struggle for Bunny in Game 2. We got to see this a lot in Game 1 where Bunny would immediately clean up a stock after losing the first, but not so much in the last game. Happy to see her return to form in this movement, though. Ledge guard available now. Moneyholla finding a way with the greatsword. Punish from Bunny, though. Weapon throw should have been enough, but instead it allows a reset from Bunny into a nair. and that ends Moneyholla's second stock. This is the biggest lead we've seen from Bunny.
Yeah, no, this is definitely something we definitely really needed to see, because the game she took before, she was behind the entire time until that last possible minute where she found that opening. So to see her kind of get this lead early on in the game here, and by early on I mean the middle of it, is definitely a better sight to see. And my goodness, the combo there, just big damage.
Huge reads, Moneyholla, Moneyholla, finding so much extra value. That's it, no touch. Wonderful work on the gauntlets. Bunny has realized now, because of the slow speed of the Imugi, these gauntlets are allowing Bunny to effectively do whatever she wants.
Yeah, dude, that was just like a fadeaway ground pound at the end there that really sealed that stock. That was really slick. I really like that.
Ooh. Now, I mentioned that we never really see too many legend swaps from either one of these players. Still the case for Bunny. I don't think I've ever seen her play anything that's not Rayman. But we get to see the swap now to the General Grievous, the Mako crossover from Moneyholla's side. These Katars, I think, are going to be such a big advantage.
I mean, I don't think it's just the Katars. I think it's just the fact that Mako's just such a fast character in general.
That's true.
Right?
But
so,
now
like,
Moni has a second weapon to work with.
Right. Yeah, no, I mean, did have the axe, but, like, obviously, yeah, the Katars are going to come in very clutch here, especially when it comes to, you know, trying to find a way to deal with the gauntlets. Like, the Katars do very well with that in general, so, like, it's definitely a good switch up, I feel.
Moneyholla has gotten more hits on the Katar in the last 20 seconds than he did in the last 3 games with the axe.
That is true. But, like, here's the thing, though. It's like, you still got that great sword active here. You know, you still got some really good SIGs, because Moneyholla loves to use those SIGs. Like, I mean, Imugi's got great SIGs, so I get it. But, like, he's a bit of a SIG user, right? And that's fine. That's completely fine. That's the way you close up some stocks here. So, like, Mako still has some good ones to utilize.
Absolutely. Plus, Great Sword Fundamentals has been Moneyholla's bread and butter. Maybe we'll see more of that. Beautiful work. Fundamentals are back out again. Moni looking for the edge guard once more. Bunny's been fighting a lot of value against the Imugi pick by playing off stage. It's going to be a different story, though. Double exclamation mark, great GC, end line coming through, and that's going to be stock 1 once again in Moneyholla's favor.
Yep. All right. As we continue to push forward here, though. Oh!
Okay. Caught me off guard.
Yeah, no, that was quick. Gonna be able to even things up again very quickly. Bunny with that, you know, that counter punch. You know, just waste no time. You know, she goes right in there. She's ready to scrap it.
Yeah, Moneyholla playing, I think it was game 2, really effectively, just playing super safe with the Great Sword Fundamentals, sticking themselves directly on stage, just looking for chip damage off of Bunny was one of the biggest benefits we saw from this entire set. The fact that Bunny can clean up these stocks so quickly after losing one and evening things up is something that Moneyholla has to recognize and be very afraid of.
Okay, went for the weapon toss there, trying to get a little bit of extension.
Oh!
My goodness, Moni!
Deep yellow to deep orange. What a great turnaround there. GC neutral SIG. Read into it. Unarmed slide charge into the ground pound. That's what you want.
Yeah, that combo was nice. It was crisp, too. And then we do got to hit it to Bunny, you know, using the GC thing to be able to get back to the stage, get that wall touch. But Moni was just ready to make sure that wasn't going to happen there. Clean that stock up quick, fast, in a hurry. And now 34 damage here. I'm just going to continue to kind of build up on this because I don't see them losing the stock quite yet.
No. Moneyholla bringing out the Rutsme special now, too, with the Katars and Great Sword combo. Always happy to see this. Just curious to see how the Katars will truly fare into things as we get into the latter half of Game 3. Or Game 4, excuse me. There we go. Sarah's out from Gauntlet's side. That's going to be Moneyholla losing that second stock. Bunny's got a lot of work to make up, though.
That actually would be a pretty good little team name for them, you know?
Hey, maybe future league for 2v2s next week.
Nah, I think they both have some, like, pretty consistent twos partners, so I wouldn't expect that too much. But either way, though, as we get into here, Bunny, you know, is quite a bit behind, but, like, does have a habit of pulling out some of the clutchest moments when her back is against the wall here. And as you can see, Moni just struggling to find a hit. And Bunny just continues to bring the pressure.
It's either the axe or the gauntlets, depending on the matchup that Moneyholla is bringing out here. That's been a big struggle. With the Imugi, it was the gauntlets. Now, with the Mako Grievous, it's going to be the axe. Recovery's out. Bunny is not out of the woods just yet. She just needs one more solid hit, and she gets to move on forwards in this tournament.
Oh, no! no! Just get rid of the X!
Oh, no!
Alright, you're gonna get Gauntlets, though. And Gauntlets is where... Oh, now he's gonna toss those away, too! Oh, my goodness. And that is gonna be the final stop there. As Moni finds a way to even things up as we go into a Game 5 to get started, Keg.
You know what? First game of the day for us on the side stream of North America. We get ourselves Game 5. I'm pretty dang happy about that.
I am too. Like, as soon as I saw that these two were going to be fighting each other, I was very excited. So, you know what? It might be starting off with the best for first, but I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. We have such a great tempo setter here that I can only imagine that every game will get better and better from here on out. Moni's going to take a second, though. Maybe AFK. Something that you don't see too often in the actual screen. It says that Moni's still viewing the scoreboard. So I'm assuming he's just taking a minute?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I know sometimes, like, when you hit, like, a clutch moment, right, you know, because especially with how these types of games can go, your heart gets racing, right, your chest might get tight, because, like, the adrenaline's pumping, and sometimes you're able to just close something out, you know, and it's a bit of a relief, so you just kind of go, oh, you gotta decompress real quick. So maybe that's what was going on. Don't know. Just taking a guess here. But we're fine. We're getting right back into this next game. And we're going right back into Fortunes of Lions here for Game 5. Let's see who's going to be moving on in the bracket.
That's right, Game 5. We'll get to see who plays it out here. Moneyholla still sticking to the Mako pick. It's going to be pretty beneficial. We've got to see a better duality between the Greatsword and the Katars before. Bunny this time without a weapon, throws it away immediately, opts to go for the Gauntlets instead versus the Greatsword. Bunny's having a hard time finding an intrusion point though. Moneyholla doing a great job keeping that distance, playing for Nairs. Very curious to see how Moneyholla is going to choose to close out this first talk, if possible. Bunny, once again, having a very difficult time finding any sort of play in.
I mean, we've seen this story before, you know, sometimes she just takes a little bit of time to just kind of get that engine really running here. She just warms up as the game goes on. She's going to get more and more aggressive. She's going to find her combos. But Moni is doing a great job, again, controlling the pace here. Really just, that's kind of like the strength of his game. And it certainly is to be working out. But 202 should be able to close out the stock relatively soon. Go for the weapon toss. 212 now. Got to find a way to get this out of here.
It's very unusual to have your opponent with your Greatsword be that high up in damage. That's not a position that you want to be in. The recovery
yeah, that's
on
just
the
kind of like Mako sometimes, you know?
Yeah, that's true. We're not seeing nearly as many signatures from the Mako kids we did from the movie.
Okay. Right now? Well, I mean, it probably does have to do with the fact that we brought those Katars out here, and that has certainly been a very big factor, I feel like, to the change in pace. But 141 right now. Okay, Bunny. Great stuff. Yep, he's going to be able to take that stock out of here. Moni going to go ahead and forfeit the stock just because he knew that he wasn't going to find a way back.
Yeah, Moni, unfortunately, was not able to get back onto the platform there. Bunny, true to Bunny's name, still good at hopping back and making sure the stocks were evened up. Love this control in the air. Great conditioning. Moneyholla, though, returns once again for the Greatsword. Bunny's aware of what weapon's going to come out next. Chooses to go for Gauntlets purposely up against the Greatsword for the punish. Trying to fish for those dares, unable to do so. Goes for a downlight instead for that intrusion point. There in the air like she just don't care. Whoa, GC side sig, not expected whatsoever. Bunny, though, great recovery into a neutral sig. Sends Moneyholla straight to the sky.
Yeah, a bit more of a struggle to take that stock, but you know what? That's not too much of an issue here because, like I've mentioned before, Bunny does have a habit of kind of getting that engine running as the game goes on. And as you can see right now, has taken the lead in terms of damage. But, I mean, we're going to see Moni be able to answer back, especially with these Katars in hand, have been a huge factor in turning this game around.
Yeah, not nearly as much confidence on Bunny's end, I feel, facing against these Katars from Moni's side. Might just be unrecognition, but a Game 5 ender there. Unexpected weapon throw off the axe, no way back on. Really great work from Bunny.
Very good stuff from Bunny. Just, again, a strong showing. Started off a little bit behind and just was able to burn things pretty quickly to turn things around. So, honestly, great stuff to her. But yeah, she's gonna be moving on. What is it? She is gonna be taking on. Where was she? She's gonna be taking on Marky Moo. I expect to see that one on the main stream.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's gonna be a good match. I mean, if you were a betting man, obviously Marky Moo, current BCX champion, that does seem to be the one to go for. But I would never count out Bunny.
Yeah, I mean, look, the thing is, though, once you're a world champion, you're the player that everyone's footage is going to be studied. So I think there's always a very good chance with the unique playstyle that Bunny has to maybe find something that Markimu hasn't quite had his bases covered with yet. And Winter Champs, we've seen plenty of upsets in every other region this past weekend. I don't think it's an open shut case just yet. I think Bunny has a substantial chance.
Well, it's kind of like what we talked about, yesterday a little bit. It's the first tournament of the season, right? Who knows who's been taking a break or who's been practicing really hard getting up here. Plus, people are going to bring new things to the table. Got some changes to the meta here. So there's always a possibility that we see some crazy upsets. We saw actually some upsets yesterday too. So it definitely is a new season to make a new start. To really leave your mark. So who knows? Markimu, I mean, by all means, is the favorite to win that set. But like I said, you can never count out Bunny. And, we could be seeing something else happen today. So.
No, you're completely right. I mean, even in Europe, we didn't see a single top 10 seeded player make it into the upper finals yesterday. It was a whole region of upsets.
Okay, well, we're going to be getting into our next one now.
Okay.
We're going to be getting Anime taking on Irqzz.
Yep, Irqzz is just going to need a second to change his name, I think, before we head into things. Anime, of course, was very popular in the 2023-2024 season for really kind of redefining how 2v2s worked. We saw the Cross Onyx combo quite a bit back then. I think that was, I want to say autumn 23 that we saw him. I'm going off memory here before I check my notes. One with Anime and Hideaway for the 2v2 championship.
Yeah, it'll certainly, was a pretty good run by the two of them. So, but this is one today. Although we do have twos coming up, and I am super excited for twos. I love twos in this game. I will sing, to the heavens until the end of time. How great I think twos is for Brawlhalla. It's just so sick, the combos they set up. When you see the team synergies and stuff like that, it all looks really good.
All right, Irqzz is back into the lobby. We did get to see precursor down below. It's going to be the Amethyst pick, the Zol versus the Ulgrim. That's a really tough one to call. I think both of these two legends have a lot of great advantages, historically fantastic. I will say, because we do see a lot of Ulgrims in 2v2s, I think Anime may have a pretty good advantage just from the knowledge of knowing how Ulgrims like to play in that kind of style. I'm wondering if that's going to translate over to 1v1s.
We will certainly see as we get into our first game here between Anime and Irqzz. You see, Small World's End is where we're going to be starting here. The axe coming out for Anime, and we got the Rocket Lance coming out for Irqzz here.
Double axe. Lance will be the first to come through. Not a lot of movement overall that Irqzz has to work with, but he's making a lot of conditioning work with these nairs, keeping Anime at bay. Anime choosing to go for Lance. That'll be very tough to find Sair inclusions up against Irqzz, who can pretty much shut down any sort of horizontal movement that Anime wants to bring.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. Nice weapon toss. Oh, okay, was definitely looking for a way to close it out. Wasn't able to get the hit that they needed. I don't know if they accidentally went the wrong direction there or just chose the wrong move. Unfortunately, just wasn't able to get that hit that they were looking for. But Anime going to be able to land onto the stage here, get that axe, but it does not matter for too much longer as we see the DC up strong, going to be able to close out that stock. Well done by Irqzz.
Yeah, Irqzz, my first time watching this player play it out. I love his fundamentals. I like to see how fast his reaction time has been. Really great finding of the recognition there for the GC unarmed, taking down Anime in that first stock. Though we do get to see the cleanup from Anime's side. Remember, this Amethyst does have 9 attack to work with, so Irqzz has to be very careful in positions like that and not overheat.
That's Zol, baby. That's big damage right there. And an axe. But as we see right now, still an even game between the two of them. There we go. Big start. Not going to be able to take that stock. Basically dragged them all the way over to the blast zone. Just wasn't able to finish it off.
There we go. Possibly round 2. Irqzz using the platform to his advantage now. Makes the comeback. Does not choose to capitulate whatsoever to Anime Fan. Dare is out. Chip damage already well applied. Anime just needs one solid Sair, and that can be a very good argument to end the second stock.
I mean, even then, just any of those moves, just continuously just wash, rinse, repeat, putting Irqzz off stage. Eventually, he's going to fly into that blast zone. Especially with just, again, 9 damage cannon here. Zul is a monster in his own right.
Love how surgical Anime is being right now, hopping around, making sure to keep Irqzz on his toes. Ground pound caught me off guard. First, it was a Sarah to send Irqzz flying, a ground pound, unexpected, weapon starve out from Anime's side. Irqzz, we haven't really seen the action from him whatsoever. I'm wondering what we can see as maybe a punish tool against this cannon, and my god, it's working.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to see what Irqzz can really kind of get going, but right now, Anime playing phenomenal. Right, gonna be able to get back down to the stage, reset some of those resources. Weapon toss, not gonna find a connection. Another weapon toss, that one won't be able to find a way to close out the stock though, as Anime does find her way back to the stage, but 1, 2, 3, still not gonna take it.
Yeah, it's gonna be really tough for Anime to make their way back in. GC and Light out though, Irqzz cleans up the stock. 65 damage though, really good way of solidifying that gap. But Anime again, we're talking about 9 attack here. It's gonna be very easy to rack up that damage against the Ogre despite the defense. Axe is back out, having that neutral control now. Great spot dodge off the hands of the Irqzz to get something going though. Nair into a recovery, still continues the streak. Anime fan can't find a landing, can't find a way to reliably punish, does find a dare eventually.
Okay, here we go. Side light, gonna be able to get some of that stage control going on here. Even though Anime had a pretty decent lead going into this final stock, that lead's cut down pretty well. Both of these characters have the capabilities of taking these stocks pretty strongly at these percentages here.
I love how Anime plays the finality of each of these stocks, bides their time, makes themselves unpredictable. Irqzz has to be on his toes, expect the most unexpected. Chip damage for Anime's side, catches the landing. Around once again, weapon throw, GC down sig with an attempt by Anime to stall for time, maybe look for a punish, but instead it's Irqzz to close it out. 163. What a great game 1.
That's 2 stocks that game that were taken by just the GC, not the GC, but just the Enlight in general on their rocket fans. Just again, that's just good, nice, strong power. I mean, you look at it, 6 offense. Or 7 offense, excuse me, and just able to take stocks from across the stage just by poking you a few times. That's just good gameplay from Irqzz. Anime's got to find a way to answer back here. We'll see if they can get that done.
The big poke. We're moving away from Small World's End. We're heading over to Demon's Side. I don't know who this is going to benefit. I think this is a net neutral for both these players.
I mean, yeah, I think it's just a good neutral stage for the 2 of them, which honestly really isn't that bad here. But, I mean, we'll see, because, like, that's the thing, is we saw Anime almost get a stock earlier on World's End, right, with those close blast zones, wasn't able to do it. Now there's a bit more space out there, but, like, you do also just have more room to kind of get a little silly with it. So we'll see what Anime is able to kind of get going, especially if they're able to find Irqzz off stage.
I think you can make an argument that this is maybe a better benefit for Anime, though. You have more opportunities to have, get combos started from the ground, go up into the air. Irqzz, however, was great about catching landings in the air side. Oh, my lord! What was that? Hello?
Oh, that was sick. That's what that was. My
That
goodness,
was a true anime moment.
Yeah, it felt like it. All right, well, let's see if they're able to kind of keep that flow state going here, because that was super clean. All right, we see another ground pound at center stage to take a stock.
Yeah, Anime's not a happy camper after game 1. Was thinking, you know what, that should have been my game. I had every advantage under the sun. Now we're going to a stage that can benefit me a whole lot more. I don't need the smaller blast zones. Irqzz, though, makes a strong statement for a comeback. Just a matter of seeing if he can catch that recovery. Could not once, but twice over. GC sidelight, though, helps add things up. Closes the gap yet again. That's something that Irqzz has been doing very well, finding a lot of these GC non-signature opportunities, and I'm really expecting Anime to catch into that now.
Yeah, only 51 damage on that second stock really wasn't that bad for Irqzz, considering, you know, what he's been capable of doing here. But as you can see right now, Anime on the offensive end, right, putting on some decent damage. And now Irqzz be able to get that counter punch, trying to put him back off stage. Good time here. Neutral. Oh, you better watch out. That will certainly take a stock to be able to jump right into that. And now going to be able to keep that weapon starve going. Okay, I was about to say they missed picking up the cannon, are able to get it. And boom, there we go.
Yep, good way of extending that lead now. Anime has to play this remainder of the second stock very carefully now. Irqzz has been very good about closing the gap. Gotta make sure, okay, stay unpredictable. Play this neutral, almost like it's the top red final stock for both of these two players. Has to stay unpredictable with the cannon.
Okay. There we go. Nice. Just swinging that thing. Trying to find that opening. Wasn't able to get that combo extender. That's okay. We can reset the neutral and go right back, but you're going to have to go to your last stock first. As Irqzz, a little bit of a worse position than game one, but still entirely doable considering that it is Ulgrim, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Irqzz made a miraculous comeback in game one, though, so I wouldn't count him out just yet. 122, though. Things are going from bad to worse. Let's guard. Effective by Anime side. That's true, that's true. Anime did catch the landing, though, so more chip damage has been applied. Anime still completely clean on this last stock. Maybe no damage applied at all. This could be a JB2. Well, almost.
Victory.
Pretty dang close.
Another grab on center stage. That's 3 stocks so far this set.
Woo-wee.
All right, well, 1 game apiece for Anime and Irqzz. You're going to be getting into a game 3. I looked away briefly. Don't know what stage we're going to. I think
it's Demon.
Keeping it. It is Demon? Okay, we're going right back to Demon then.
Yeah, no changes whatsoever for anybody. No stat changes whatsoever. It's going to be the same old as before. I think Anime, despite having a lot of great fundamental tricks up his sleeve, Irqzz has gone to recognize a lot more of them, especially in neutral. But Anime is just so fast and great about catching landings on Irqzz that no matter what wake-ups Irqzz has on his side, it's going to be hard for him not to be fought against Anime. Can Irqzz make it back? Just barely. Anime plays it safe, does not want to get the ultimate punish of a lifetime, waits to make sure Irqzz gets back on stage. Anime has the advantages there to get something set up and going off of these dash jumps.
Yeah, there's definitely been a few instances already where Irqzz, you know, that defense, that good defensive stat on Ulgrim is what's actually kept them alive a few times. Stocks that would disappear in almost any other character.
You're absolutely right about that. I mean, Ulgrim is a surprisingly tanky boy. Has a lot of fast movement speed as well. But when you're out movement by a 9 attack Zol, it negates almost any advantage that Ulgrim can natively give you. Okay, never mind. The gravity cancels that we're seeing off of Irqzz has been so impressive. I don't think there's been a single time that we've seen it not work out well for him.
I mean, it really is just Irqzz doing really well, just recognizing what Rocket Lance is capable of. This weapon, you know, has already got like additional movement options built into the kit, so it definitely helps you kind of flow all the way to the blast zone, kind of similar to what Cannon's capable of doing. But either way, I think that's the first time we've seen Irqzz take first stock.
I'm trying to think.
I don't remember game 1, but I believe that Anime took first stock game 1. But either way, though, Irqzz, you know, doing pretty well here. And now just kind of really maintaining this lead, staying about 100 damage above or ahead every single time.
Looking for a way to get back into things. The grounded level of Demon has been becoming less and less reliable for him. He's had to create his own ground with these gravity cancels, but as I say that, Anime was not expecting such a quick punish off of the ledge guard. Neutral stick comes out. Irqzz with the biggest stock advantage we've seen the entire set.
Okay. Getting a little bit of damage in there. Okay, a little bit more. Oh, wow. What an extension on that. 107 now on this final stock here. You know what? And the way it's looking, I know it's still Amethyst on the other side. And, you know, that's all that 9 offense coming through, going to be putting down some decent damage. But the way that it's playing right now, Irqzz is going to be able to close out this stock. I mean, that's 141 and that final stock there for Anime. I don't expect it to be lasting too much longer.
Okay. I'll hold you to that. I don't think you're wrong. Sarah's out, though. Irqzz makes it back onto the platform, seemingly from the depths. Hardcore mode now for Anime Fan. Has to find a way to make it through without taking a single hit. A signature alone from Irqzz will take down Anime Fan and make it a series win for him. Or, I'm sorry, a set lead.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Nice reversal.
Oh, misses it! Oh, Irqzz is going to be so mad about that after this game.
Oh, no. Tosses away the axe. Okay. Able to maintain theirs. Anime loses their axe in the process, though. gonna be able to pick up that cannon. This is actually getting down to the wire a lot closer than I expected it to be. But there we go. Now we got that rocket lance in hand, the trusted rocket lance that Irqzz has been depending on all set so far. Weapon toss. There we go. Gonna be able to keep Anime weapon starved. Gets the nair, not able to follow up on anything else. Another great weapon toss is keeping this flow state going here. And there we go. The Sarah is gonna be able to close that one out as Irqzz takes it 2-1.
Irqzz was so close to living to regret missing that dare at the very end of the left side of Demon. That could have gone from bad to worse, and it nearly did. But the fact that Irqzz maintained his composure, still racked up that damage, didn't overheat, didn't fish for extensions off of signatures, found a Sarah at the very end, still took the set lead. And he just needs one more game to keep it going.
3, 2.
Well, we'll see if it's gonna happen here. I mean, it's gonna be Demon Island 3 times in a row. We'll see if it ends up working out. Immediately right into that rocket lance to get things started here. We're already in a good spot for Irqzz. Ooh. You gotta be careful with that. That was a very brave option to be going for. That could have spelled trouble for you.
Yeah. A lot of risks being taken for both these players now, man. Oh no. Good juggle between the axe and the cannon. Irqzz being maintained into the air now. Animefan has been a big fan of bringing out this cannon. Irqzz has been struggling on grounded control once that cannon starts to come out. But the fact that he's unwilling to give up and still wants to play directly toe-to-toe for the punish game up against Anime really says a lot about how fast he wants this to be high octane. Good neutral thing coming out though. Anime off stage, but not enough. Does catch the landing, does find the platform. Animefan not enough to close out the stock.
Okay, there we go. Will that be enough? No. Weapon toss, not gonna be able to find it.
Unbelievable.
Play here, another weapon toss. Still, just great damage coming through. All right, gonna be able to hold on to that axe. Looking for a way to close this out. The Sair will get it done. And Irqzz is playing really risky compared to those first few games that we saw.
Look, PR60, by the way, Irqzz, a player that I haven't heard of too many times before this set, really making a name for himself. This is a player, regardless of the outcome, that I want to watch more and more often. His Ogram, one of the fastest I have seen, and one of the most confident I've seen in 1v1s. Anime does close the gap, 13 damage only to Anime's name. Irqzz themselves can easily double it, and they do. It's just a matter of Anime finding a perfect intrusion back in. And it all starts with a basic catch landing.
Okay. Nice, great way to carry them to the other side of the stage here. Just continue to get these onesies, twosies, and just keeps it going. Now Anime on the counterpunch. Oh, not gonna be able to get that Sair. What a weapon toss! Not able to follow up the recovery option. That would have been sick. Ooh, okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. Irqzz is playing way too risky, I think, right now in general. What? Yeah, that's not gonna be able to take it. That's kind of crazy to me too.
And that weapon throw also came frames away from getting big as Animefan. There's some plot armor happening from Anime's side. Bro thinks he's a protagonist, and it's working out for him. But again, Anime has to play this very carefully still.
I don't know if he wanted to grab that axe. I think he wanted that rocket lance there.
I think you're right. 200 damage on the second stock. Animefan potentially only has like a stock and some change left in this set if it's played wrong.
Oh, is that gonna do? Okay, that certainly will.
Moment
they
to
were
breathe.
playing like they were playing chicken around that weapon pickup for a hot minute there, and Anime came out on top. But 209, I don't expect that stock to be sticking around for too much longer, right?
We'll have to wait and see. Animefan, yep, you're right. The dare. Irqzz made up for last game. Finally catches it back.
Okay, there we go. Gonna be sticking with that rocket lance because, of course, Irqzz has been doing so well with this weapon the entire set so far. Ooh, like that.
Good 1-2 punch. Anime trying to bring Irqzz off stage. Something that almost no other player would want to do against the rocket lance, but still attempts to do so. Good way of catching the landing once more. Has been an old reliable way of getting some early damage onto Irqzz. Get something going. Irqzz though, a hardcore mode himself. One solid Sair, even a signature like the down sync we've seen often from the cannon on Anime's side could be enough to bring things to game 5.
Dancing around, you can tell the nervousness here, especially on Irqz's end. Who I feel like, again, is playing a little uncharacteristic, at least compared to those first few games. But now, on the back foot, going to be able to even things up here, pretty close at least.
Oh,
no, the cannon! Oh, God!
Oh, no! Anime's looking for any way of closing out this game. Remember, 150 damage, Anime's side. Any hit now from Irqzz will spell the end of this set. Nair is out. We go to game 5.
Oh my goodness, that was silly at the end. They were both just whipping, just hoping for something to connect. You could tell the nervousness was there. The nerves are going full throttle. But
oh, yeah.
You know, eventually someone's going to land a hit. And we're going into game 5, running up right back to Demon Island here. This should be a lot of fun to watch. That last game was just... Whew.
It was so fun to watch, man, and I gotta say, Irqzz again, keeping up the pace of Anime, really not an easy feat for most players. The fact that he's able to do so on an Ogrim, who typically, like in 2v2s, is the anchor player that isn't having too many movement options, making it look wonderful in 1v1s.
Okay. Right now, kind of jockeying for position here, trying to see if they can find a good opening. Anime has been doing pretty well so far, has a bit of a damage lead. Oh, wow, none of that headlight gonna be able to come through.
All right, Irqzz, bottom of the blast zone now, uses the weapon for the extension, make sure they have a reliable way to get back onto the ledge. Double Nair out now, triple doesn't connect. Anime struggling to get something going, couldn't catch the landing, does it once. Irqzz gets out of the way, chooses not to go for the immediate punish. A rocket lands to the sky, that's one, recovers out, still makes it back on. Anime finds an opportunity and catches it.
Great stuff from Anime there, being able to make sure that they were going to clutch out that stock. And they definitely needed that too. That weapon toss was clutch. They really needed that and was able to capitalize on it too. As soon as they got that hit, they just started setting things up until they're able to watch, rinse, repeat, get that stock gone. And they're bringing it right into this next stock too. They got a nice little bit of 36 damage so far. We're going to see if Irqzz can find a way to close it out. 189. I mean, this has definitely been a story of these characters, both these players, living well past like 150, pretty common into the 200s.
I'm happy you mentioned that, man, because there was at least twice now in that first stock where Irqzz had the opportunity to close it out, connected a side sig, connected an unarmed neutral sig, both of which Anime still survived. Ground pound, no. Great weapon toss. Anime keeping the streak going. Irqzz, this is his chance. Not many options left. Dodge was not available for Anime anymore. They had to hope and pray they could get back onto the ground, and they keep the streak going. Irqzz, weapon throw again, back to the ledge, onto the ground. Sweat beads were out. Anime finds the Sair. No weapon now. Irqzz, without much, has to go in unarmed. Tries to stall for time, looking for where that weapon toss will come in from. Anime steals it, Nair in the air like he just don't care. And that's going to be now second stock. Irqzz, despite having that lead for the set, one stock away from being eliminated from this set.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a bit of a tough one here. But there we go. Way deep. What are you doing?
Hello? Hello?
Might cost Irqzz
what?
setting. Yes! Irqzz threw it all away. For what purpose? For what cause? Oh my god. As soon as they went out there, Anime said, oh yeah. It's game over, baby. And that's a big old W for me. Oh my god.
That's wild to me, man. I cannot believe Irqzz didn't make it back. He was off by frames. I'm sure we have a replay of it at the very end there, but 9 times out of 10, with how risky both these players were playing, getting back onto that ledge, frankly, when they really shouldn't have through all 5 games, the one time where it seemed most reliable to get back on was just unable to do so. Let's take a look at that again for the replay. Look at that, man. Come on.
Yeah, that was very end there, too. Yeah, really went for it all. Sweat beads and everything. You didn't need to do that, man. And Irqzz just threw it all away. As you can see, Anime is just like, you know what? That's fine. I'll get a hit or two. Hopefully, I can just get you to waste your resources. Was able to do that. Very, very well done. Great recognition from Anime to be able to capitalize on something like that. Woo!
Yeah, that was fantastic to see. We've been so blessed so far for our block of North America. We've had 2 back-to-back Game 5 games so far, and honestly, I don't know what to expect going forwards, but I'll say the same thing I say every time when we have banger after banger, Skiff. If this is the pace that we're starting off with, I can only imagine what the rest of the games from here on out will look like. But our voice is already... We gotta take a small break. We need time to recuperate ourselves. We are old men. I am Sith. I gotta go see my lover Thor, so we'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. I was hydrating because those first two best of fives were taking the soul out of me, man. I cannot believe that we've been so lucky so far for North America to get two back-to-back best of five ultimate Omega, and I'm gonna say it, Skip, ultra bangers.
Hey, cheers to that. All right.
Oh, hold on. What are we drinking there, huh?
Liquid Death, actually.
Oh, yes, yes. I call that Irqzz versus Anime.
What? Oh, yeah.
Took a second.
Like,
we got there. We got there.
No, this is actually something I've been drinking lately because, like, I've been trying to get away from soda. And I hate sparkling water, but this one has just, like, at least a little bit of sugar in it. So, like, it's drinkable. But, yeah, no, it's been pretty good. So that's kind of, like, what I'm doing right now. So just a little bit of extra water gets me, puts a little pep in my step throughout the day.
Okay,
you know?
a little
but
pep
either
in
way,
your step.
you're absolutely correct. And it's funny because with that last set, Irqzz is part of a group that said stay hydrated, gamers, and surely we definitely needed to stay hydrated.
Subliminal advertising. I knew there was a reason why I was so thirsty after that last set, but you know, hopefully at some point we get ourselves a straw spear skin in this game. This is just water, man. I'm boring, but getting back to the games, we had ourselves a small break after that last matchup. We have Sweatymeat versus Anonymous Alex. Throwback name, at least to me. I feel like I haven't seen him in a minute, but looking back at his past stats, the past placements, Alex hasn't gone anywhere, man. He's been consistently getting 4th place in the last few regional matchups in North America.
Yeah, it will certainly be interesting to see, you know, how things continue, especially now that we're on the more main stage of Brawlhalla right now. But it'll be good to see how these two players end up you know, competing and kind of like you know, doing their thing. This is actually a little bit surprising too, because they're competing on the elimination side of bracket here, the 11th seed and the 16th seed, and I feel like both of them being down here at this point is a bit crazy. It's, you know, they must have been upset to take a look at the bracket earlier. So to see these two compete at this point, top 24 elimination side, it's going to be interesting.
This matchup is fascinating to me, man, because Anonymous Alex made a name for himself throughout pretty much his entire Brawlhalla competitive career as, you know, as Taros, as the Taros to watch out for. He had a very unique and distinct play style that a lot of people had a difficult time beating. Not seeing it this time around, though. It's going to be slightly different. We see the Cassidy coming out instead. Sweatymeat now taking on that mantle as the same exact colorway and, I believe, skin of the Anonymous Alex Taros. And despite that all, we're going to a matchup where these two have never faced each other in an official before.
That's crazy, actually. You know, especially with both of them being seeded so highly, you feel like they would have seen each other at some point, especially in the past year. But you know what? Sometimes things just don't happen, you know? But either way, I'm not too surprised seeing the Cassidy, especially with that NSYNC. We saw that a lot yesterday.
Oh,
and,
God, don't remind me.
Wash, rinse, repeat. Get over here and tried to go for it again. That stop NSYNC is nuts.
Yeah, who was that yesterday? That was South America, right? Where we just saw
I think
non-stop catch landing, D-light into neutral sig. There's almost no startup frames to it. And historically speaking, I feel like there's always been a magnifying glass under Cassidy. For a long time, it was Downsig that had that same similar issue before the rework. I'm talking like 5-6 years ago. Now that's gone to neutral sig. Sweatymeat already losing that first stock. Has to find a way to clean it up here. That there would have been enough to confirm. Sweatmeat's barely out. Anonymous using Sweatymeat as a footstool to get back onto the stage. GC Downsig into a neutral. Does not connect.
Dude, listen, if I'm Sweatymeat right now, I'm like, I am not jumping ever. I'm staying on the ground because, my goodness, Alex is looking for that NSYNC so bad.
But you're the Roman Reigns. You really don't have to jump. You can be locked onto Demon.
But if there's one thing I've definitely learned from a lot of people who play any platform fighter, they love to jump.
Yeah.
You're not only is it a very key aspect of the game, but people just love to press that button.
It just feels unnatural to stay so grounded. Like, you're not fencing. You're playing a platform fighter, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. That's like the one big key difference between that and just like traditional fighters. So it's definitely a bit silly.
I will say, when I used to fence, there was this one kid. He was like 8 feet tall. He was like an actual monster, dude. He would jump and lunge a sword at you. And it was the scariest thing I've ever seen. So, I can only imagine how Sweatymeat feels right now to face up against this Cassidy. It's essentially the same thing. Another neutral sig catching out Sweatymeat.
This gotta be changed.
It's ridiculous.
We need a B patch right now.
Maybe this will be what Boomy comes back to, right? Oh my God,
knows, dude!
Stop it, man! Okay, Sweatymeat's finally had enough of it. GC side sig is out. Oh my God.
Yeah, these SIGs are strong. They're certainly very strong right now. But man, that NSYNC is just absolutely nuts. And going for it again. I don't blame him. Stop looking for it. But we're going to see Sweatymeat be able to get a hit. Not going to be able to take that stock, though.
Am I in France? There's so much cheese!
Player 2 wins.
I can't believe I would be so mad. We're GG going straight next into the next game. Okay, sure, man. We're going straight back to Demon. I'm sorry, replay guy. We gotta go straight into game 2. Sweatymeat realizes the Roman Reigns is not gonna work against this Cassidy. By the way, 9 dexterity on the Cassidy makes things even more difficult. We're going to the Azuri instead.
And you know, honestly, I do not blame Sweatymeat for doing this. You know, get the change here. Especially with guitars coming into play and the sword too. You're gonna be able to do a lot more on the ground. Just start to get these combos going a lot easier. I feel like.
Sweatymeat could have mirrored the Cassidy versus Cassidy, and I wouldn't have blamed him.
Yeah. But either way, right now, we're gonna see where things kind of go from here. Right now, okay, good little, engage, trying to get something a little bit going there. But yeah, that Sig's coming up to play already.
See, this is what I'm nervous about, though, because Sweatymeat, for the most part, guitars, you find a lot of initiation from fishing dares, right? Especially on grounded opponents. You'll never believe what Anonymous Alex has been doing to rack up that damage. He's been waiting for Sweatymeat to go for dares, and then he would D-light into neutral sig, or just neutral sig. And so Sweatymeat's gonna have to find, again, another grounded way of approaching Anonymous Alex on a kit that primarily initiates from down air potential.
Okay, there we go. No weapon toss? I expected a weapon toss there to try and get something going. All right, big punish. Not gonna be able to take that stock. Should be able to make their way back without too much hassle. Oh my god, the reversal here.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow. It feels almost unapproachable. Like putting yourself in Sweatymeat's shoes for a second. It's like, what? Okay. You know what? Good start. Good way to clean up the stock.
And they sat with those blasters too. They said, hey, I know I'm gonna lose this stock soon. I'm just gonna do what I can, and I'm gonna get this hammer pretty quickly.
It's a very good call. But I'm wondering now, are guitars the move? Because once you're in, you're fishing that damage. But the problem for me has been, how do I get in reliably?
The guitars, I feel like, do get in reliably. I think what the big issue right now is confirming, right? Like, we're seeing these quick hits, just not able to kind of... There we go. We got a little bit of something, but we do need to try and, like, extend these combos as much as we can.
I feel like the way the confirmed here would be off guitars, maybe GC neutral sig. For something longer range, even on the ground, side sig could be enough. The sword, I feel like, is the answer here. There's so much extra range that Sweatymeat can rely off of. We saw GC D-Light to allow recovery coming out here. Sweatymeat's getting more acclimated to the sword potential. Not a lot of moves that Anonymous Alex has to shut down sword.
And, like, the thing is like, Alex's game plan right now is trying to remain as grounded as possible. Like, we've seen the end stage, like, right there, case in point. Having that sword, if you're able to get them up into the air, you got plenty of juggle tools and anti-air options to just keep them up in the air, off the ground. Just see what you can do from there. So maybe that sword really is to play.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, though. Final stock on both these players each. Anonymous Alex proving to be not nearly as invincible as he was in game 1. Not nearly as many neutral sigs that we're seeing out from the Cassidy anymore either. GC neutral sig could have been enough to confirm that last stock off of Alex. Wasn't quite enough, though.
Here we go. Alex is on the back foot here by quite a bit. That's the start. That's the start and the end coming up there, Keg. It took one end sig.
There we go. There we go. Okay, Alex, can he find the hammer again? Most certainly does. Imagine now instead the adaptation for Anonymous Alex has to be side sig. There it is.
Nice.
That's quite enough.
I do like the fact that Sweatymeat was just taking their time, being patient there, just waiting to see what Alex was going to do, and not trying to strike first. Plus, you got the damage lead. You don't have to do anything you don't want to.
Yeah, pure punish game from the Sweatymeat side. Looking for an opening, finds it effectively. Beautiful work from Sweaty overall. The Azuri pick, the sword, I think is the hard counter here for Anonymous Alex.
Yeah, very, very well done. That sword definitely came in very clutch. The guitars, I feel like, need a little bit of cleaning up. Because I feel like there was a lot of times, especially that early part of the game, we saw the guitars, I feel like, quite a bit more. And then we saw in real time them kind of be like, okay, I think the sword is where I need to go. So good just recognition on that part. But I think we do need to see, you know, Sweatymeat, try to clean up those guitars a little bit more when you're stuck on that weapon. But overall, much better game. Definitely a lot more in control.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. I think primarily in the past when we've seen Sweatymeat play, probably use the guitars on the Azuri pick a lot more as the primary. The fact that the sword worked really effectively against Anonymous Alex goes to show that maybe the guitars have to take the back seat for either when the stock first begins and you can weapon steal away from Alex and bring those guitars back out to rack up some damage, or really just whenever the hammer's not around, at least we go to a new stage.
That's going into that Miami.
I can't. Wow, dude, come on, man, come on.
No time for stop that shit. Oh man, if there's one thing hammers want for sure, it's stomp. What they really want is what comes after.
Hammer users only want one thing, and it's disgusting.
It really is.
Oh no,
dude, just wrangle up this cat, man. Ugh. All right, well, either way, it's just the beginning of Game 3, and things are not dire in any way, shape, or form. Sweatymeat's still doing pretty solid here. There we go.
Okay.
Yep, great little confirmed. Oh, no punish.
What? How did that not connect?
Just wasn't close. He threw it out in the wrong spot.
That was inside Alex. Bro turned into a ghost.
I mean, I don't know. I saw it differently. But either way, we got the sword in hand now, though, so hopefully that can definitely... Oh, probably should have thrown that out just a little bit sooner. All right, there we go. Not going to be able to take that stock. 177 now.
Sweaty's taking his time. Weapon throws out into the recovery. Good bait and switch. Alex didn't see that coming.
Great stuff here from Sweatymeat. Going to be going back to those guitars. Kind of recognizing, hey, I want that sword when I come back. But we're going to see if we can get that combo game going here a little bit. We saw a couple flashes of greatness, and we're just going to lose that stock immediately.
Are born, man.
Yeah. Right, but now the hammer in hand. We know what happens here.
Okay, hold on now. Sweaty's cooking unarmed. I wonder if that's a solution. Alex doesn't even respond to the unarmed play. Sword's back out. Alex taking a back heel once the sword's in play. Really, it's just the aggressiveness coming back out once Sweatymeat has those guitars. And Anonymous Alex is going on the farther side of that weapon throw, almost to be like, you want this? I think you should take the guitars, man.
Okay, there we go. Some good damage here. Okay, I was about to say, remaining untouched on the stock so far until that weapon toss. But still, only like 49 now. Uh-oh. Alex starting to open him up a little bit. Show me your movement, silly cat.
A little Smormu dance there. Da-da-dee-da-doo, da-da-dee-da-doo. Okay, neutral sig. First time we've seen it since stock 1. No effectiveness. Sarah's out. These soft platforms have been okay. Up until then, the small platforms have been miracle maker for Sweatymeat to get away from Anonymous Alex, but the double nair coming out there was super helpful for Alex's side. We saw the neutral sig once more, doesn't connect, but Alex making small work on the platforms too. Dodging and weaving around them. Sweatymeat did not have a way in.
That was very well done here. Alex is definitely playing a lot better here. It seems like the adaptation to the Azuri has definitely come through. Recognizing the game plan with the sword, and once again, wrangle that cat.
Animal
close that out.
Good lord. I guess the question now is that off of every loss, we've seen Sweatymeat switch into a new legend. I'm sorry, replay guy. We're not going to have replays for very long. We're already heading into our next match, and they've answered my question. We are not seeing any swaps whatsoever. Sweatymeat, this is the time to think, like, okay, I really need to make sure we don't go back to Miami. Those platforms did me dirty at the very end. What do we go to next?
I mean, I don't know. I would say definitely not Demon Island, because that game 1 was a little bit rough.
That's true. That's true. Tsushima would have been interesting to see. I think that would have been a nail in the coffin for Sweatymeat. And to be honest with you, I feel like Demon would have been the best bet between this Lions and Tsushima, but that one platform, I don't know. I think we're going to see Sweatymeat probably duck and weave a lot on the right side.
I mean, I feel like Mishimo is just like an automatic ban at that point. It being at the end is just like, hey, we're not going here. It's just there.
There we go, fishing again, ledge guard off the neutral sig, not quite the case. Okay, I do like this though. Sweatymeat looking for the intrusion point. Bro's cosplaying as a surgeon, looking for a way to dare his way into the incision point. Anonymous Alex for the D-light. As a warning sign, make sure the neutral sig doesn't come out.
Couple solid swings here. 130 now.
Like this though, Sweatymeat keeping Alex in the air, fishing for nairs, racking up that damage. That'll be a huge point though. Overextends, waits out the neutral before bringing out a dare. Doesn't quite work out the way he had hoped. Alex had a backup plan. That was going to be the side sig.
All right, great start right now. Only 99 damage as well. And Alex is just in complete control here. All right, just throwing that out just because. Just let this, like, hey, I'm reminding you right now. Okay, dude, just absolutely bomb him on the unarmed. There we go. Get the Sarah, get that stage control going on. Jumping right into it. Oh, no.
This Cassidy kit on Alex is so stacked because game 1 was all neutral sig. Now that Sweaty has figured out a way to reliably get past it, now Sweaty has to deal with the rest of Cassidy's kit, and he's being hard stuck by this hammer. Whether it be just the fundamentals that Alex has been able to develop on this Taros over the last few years, or just the capabilities of the side sig too. Sweatymeat is having such a difficult time getting past it.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Big. For a follow-up here. Just whipping on that one. There we go. Big one. Gonna be able to take out that stock. And Alex honestly has such a huge lead right now. And the way that Sweatymeat's playing, like, I feel like the confidence is gone. I don't know if it's just like, hey, my morale's defeated or what.
I'm feeling that too.
Yeah, I think it's just because, like, you get caught by the same move on on any character, and especially with the, how strong the N-Sig is on Cassidy right now. It can be a bit demoralizing, and that can definitely like kind of ruin your gameplay a little bit.
I think at this point maybe a battle of attrition's coming out. Sweatymeat's looking for a way to tire out Alex, looking for an opportunity to overextend the gameplay, look for a way back in, play a lot safer to find a punish game, and only a punish game to work off of. GC D-light into a recovery, that's what you want to see. It's not over yet for Sweatymeat. There's certainly a chance now to bring this back and go to a game 5, but I'd be very worried once Alex gets that hammer back.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious why they're opting for the guitars here, though. I feel like the guitar gameplay has just not been consistent at all. I feel like the sword has just been, really the moneymaker so far. There we go, just kind of opting to hop back and forth. I'm not sure what the game plan is. But both the players are trying.
I think it's just easy in, easy out chip damage, spot dodge away, evade out the hammer possibly. I think it's also just comfort for Sweatymeat. I think, again, like whenever he's played Azuri, whether in ranked or in officials, probably opted to use guitars a lot more. Oh, okay, good spot dodge downwards into, out of the neutral sig.
Yeah, and honestly, if you get caught in this neutral sig at any point,
it's over.
I think you're done at this point. Especially at 147. And that, okay, won't do it yet. One more will certainly get it done. So basically, last chance scenario here for Sweatymeat to try and turn this around and push it into a game 5.
Could every game we have today be a game 5? We'll have to wait and see. Anonymous Alex has the chance to move that around and make sure it's not a possibility. Sweatymeat's taking his sweet time. Spot dodge is out. Recovery underway. No! One hit off!
Oh, that's unfortunate, but you know what? I mean, you gotta hand it. You gotta hand it to Alex. Played their game, man. Did their thing. Sweatymeat just, I don't know. They competed, right? They did the best they could, but something just felt like it was lacking in at the end of that game there. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was just slowing the pacing down was hopefully going to be the key to success. Again, just the punish game that Anonymous Alex had by just having such a versatile Cassidy kit to switch it up and had the recognition to know what to do, when, and just the familiarity of, God, maybe 6 years worth of professional hammer play coming into the fray to work out well.
Yeah.
3-1 against Sweatymeat. Anonymous Alex moving his way up forwards.
Yeah, I mean, You got to hand it to him. He came in, played his game, did his thing. I mean, there's not really much else to add to that. So
24 signatures.
God, dude.
Good Lord.
Cassidy is a character that exists in this game right now.
we saw this yesterday too. Remember how funny it was that we saw 20 neutral sigs come out? Now we have 24. The graphics guy had to back up the Cassidy graphic so it wasn't impaled by the amount of signatures brought out. That's ridiculous.
Oh my goodness. We got Polly posted in the chat too. It's like, what is going on here?
Ridiculous. I just can't believe it. By the way, 0% hits on the signatures from the Azuri side. It's just two similarities, but also opposites at the same time. Oh, good Lord. I mean, I'm sad that our streak of game 5s have ended here, but I don't even know what to expect anymore, man.
Yeah, same. Whoa!
What's up?
Who's this? I need to make sure. Oh, Rise. Upset Stingray, 3-1.
Okay.
Taking a look at that. That's a big ol' upset right there. As we can see, Marky Moo taking a look at the bracket here so far. 3-1 over Bunny. Again, kind of expected. No offense to Bunny or any way, shape, or form. It's just Marky Moo is really that guy right now.
Bro's Marky, dude. Like, I mean,
yep.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's certainly something at the moment. But as we continue to move forward here, oh, Anonymous Alex is actually going to be taking on Moni.
Okay.
So that should actually be a good match too. We're going to be moving
Can only imagine how that goes.
Yeah, we're going to be moving on to... Yeah, dude, it's going to be Sig City. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Why are we not getting that match? Oh, dude, we can count the Sigs together. Production, what are we doing, man?
Oh, you know what? I think our next matchup is also going to be pretty funny. We have versus Matrix versus Draggy. I'm looking at the Taros. I see the Ogrim. Wouldn't be surprised if we switch to double Cassidy after this tournament. You know what's crazy about Winter Champs? I feel like no one's talked about this. You know, we had that gap between BCX to now, right? And we always have wild metas that be developed in that time. Everyone's home from school or whatever. Last year, Chakrams were released. We saw Winter Champs in Max Mode be dominated by Priya. Do you think by the end of Winter Champs into whichever event we have after this, it's just gonna be all Cassidy?
No, it's never gonna be all Cassidy. No, it never will be. We got people who are just like dedicated character specialists at this point. It's the way they like to play the game. Cassidy is certainly strong, but like certainly strong. But I feel like just the way that some play styles operate in this game, the way that some people like to play, Cassidy just doesn't fit what they would want to do there. So, and again, the more Cassidy becomes more prevalent anyway, the more counter gameplay is going to be coming out. There's always going to be someone who's going to know how to dominate against something like that. So I wouldn't worry about it too much, but we probably will see more Cassidys as time goes on until it gets changed.
Very, very diplomatic answer, Mr. Skiff. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it.
Hey, I've seen enough competition at this point in a variety of competitive titles and sports. It's just, I call it how I see it.
Hey, you never know. We could see Chakram 2.0. I'll leave it at that. We're heading over to Draggy versus Matrix. Not Zachary Mustard 5671. I think they may have to change their name, but that is a fire name.
Yeah, they're probably gonna have to change that.
Rest in peace, my boy Zachary Mustard.
Zachary Mustard 5671. Oh, 6-7. Oh. Whoa!
My favorite meme of all time, dude. I love 6-7.
I do like how simple it is and how anybody can like automatically just be like, hey, I'm in, you know? Like all the kids are like, anybody can do it. Everybody's part of the group.
Dude, it's like the Da Vinci Code. You'll go back in time, watch any movie, read any book, and every time you see 6-7 anywhere in any context, it's like, there it is. We've always known.
I like the other side of it too is just like watching old people just like freak out about what it is. You're like, I don't know what it means.
Yep.
Nobody does.
That's the point.
That's the point. It's just silly. It's just a silly thing that kids are doing. Just let it go.
We had a dinosaur that said "yee" back like almost 10 years ago, and we thought that was peak hilarity.
Okay, why YouTube poops were not that
My
popular.
boy.
Let's get that out of the way. Let's get that out of the way. They were not that popular, but it is funny to watch everything kind of come full circle.
I was a YouTube poop enjoyer.
I can tell. It is very apparent talking to you.
Toast?
Toast! Alright, but as we get into this game here, we got Draggy versus Matrix, versus Matrix. But we're going to be starting here on World's End. We're going to see how things operate.
It's all fun and games until we see versus Matrix and Draggy. The Zolve on Small World's End? You're up against with a Caspian? Unless you are edgeguarding to High Oblivion, this is going to be a rough matchup for Matrix.
Yeah. And this is actually the second Zol we're seeing today, too. So definitely kind of an interesting note to be taking when it comes to the North American meta at the moment.
As much damage as possible.
Okay.
I like the patience coming out from Matrix here. The fact that he's willing to take his time, forcing Draggy to play for the over-aggression, fish for punishes, get the side sig and take first stock. That's a really good shout.
It's crazy, too, because the last time we saw Caston, I believe yesterday, made a crazy comeback. I think it was a reverse 3-0. I can't remember.
You're right.
But that was wild. And that's a character I've always known as a Sig machine. And we haven't seen too much for Caspian Sig so far, but like they're always there. They're always ready to rock.
That was right. That was in South America too. We've seen a lot of aggressive gameplay from South America over these last few years. The fact now that we see Draggy clean up that first stock off of versus Matrix, showing that the gameplay is changing quite a bit more. The idea now to catch those landings versus Matrix and find the neutral sig off of it too. You have to be very careful with your Matrix. You have, at best, 5 defense to work off of. He tries to go for a sudden ledge guard D-Sig. That gets caught off guard by a Nair. Draggy switches it back instantaneously.
Great weapon starvation coming out here, too. Going to be able to get a little bit of damage. Nothing super crazy, but 17 off one hit is actually kind of wild.
Absolutely the case. Gauntlets. Good at finding the intrusion point, but stuck in the air. Triple nair, 4 nairs in a row. Racking up that damage. Where's the Sesame Street collab in this game, man? That's what I want.
That would go so hard. That would actually go so hard, dude.
like one of the little buddies in the background being Oscar the Grouch. Come on, man. Ground pound is out. One more.
That's an idea to put into the back pocket. But either way, though, Draggy can be able to close that one out. That 9 offense coming in big time here.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see, I mean, we saw one hit just do 17, and then it was 35, and then it was like 50-something. And it didn't take long to close that out. But we are going to see Matrix swap off the Caspian into the Mirage here, kind of meeting that damage output. With the strength stance, so we'll definitely see how things play out here. This should be very interesting.
I think this is good. I think range was a big issue for the Caspian pick early on. We saw opportunities where there was attempts for ledge guards that didn't quite pan out the way Matrix had hoped. Having that extension off the scythe, fishing for dares off both that, pogos, and the spear will still fit into how Matrix likes to play this out. My fear, once again, coming back from that Caspian pick, is the fact that they both have the same amount of defense. Unless we use a lot more get-off-me signatures that Mirage has compared to the Caspian, I don't really see this outcome changing, man.
And I think the big thing here, too, is basically starting off that stock with Scythe, of all things, to kind of get started here. Scythe in a bit of a weird spot right now. So definitely a bit of a tough start here for Matrix.
I'd argue this is a great stage for Side 2. You can fish for very early stock KOs off of Sair. You can get things going on with the punish moves. There's not a lot of horizontal setups that Canon has on a stage like Small World's End. This could be a matchup in the favor of the Mirage. Great neutral sig catch out there for the ledge guard. Matrix finding his footing back again. But I do agree with you, Skip. We do need to see more spear from here on out.
And there we go. Chapter 2-3. But right now, doing some pretty decent damage here. Having that spear finally, it definitely looks like there's a bit more of a game plan happening here because you're actually able to play the game a little bit more.
Yeah, even just the chip damage alone is going to give like a lot more confidence back to Matrix in this battle here. The Nairs were doing great at keeping Draggy at bay. Extension off the Sair allows Matrix to get out of dodge effectively, but Draggy still finds his way in. A Sair to make that advantage come back to his favor.
Controversial statement, I don't think the Mirage was the pick to make here. But you know what?
Controversial? I made that argument with you!
As you can see right there, the Mirage was the pick to play.
Oh, wow. I play both sides, so I always come out on top. I see you.
Hey,
you can't fool me. Oh my god, hold on. Hold on. Take it back now, Skip. This is your chance. Okay, that was scary for a second. Matrix barely made it out of dodge. 141 off of a respawn, essentially. Scythe is back, though. This is the chance, though. Draggy catching the landings over and over again. Nair in the air like you just don't care. That's going to be a 2-0 now for Draggy's side, and I fully expect to swap off this Mirage.
Yeah, this is, I don't think the Mirage is going to be sticking around. Like, I definitely understood what the assignment was there, what the purpose of that pick was. But here we go. We're going to swap it again over to Artemis, it seems like. We're going for a lot of speed.
It's the same defense, man. Okay.
I don't know if the rocket lance here is kind of like what they're going for with the additional speed, but like I don't know, dude. This cannon has just been absolutely wild.
I'm not against this Artemis pick, not nearly as much as the Mirage. It's the same idea as the Mirage, but now that you have that extra velocity to go horizontal with the lance, I think this will provide a lot more benefits. Also, again, same defense as the last two Legends that Matrix has played. I guess he's just a low defense warrior, but we are going to a larger stage, and I think that's going to be a major issue for Matrix off the table.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see what happens
here.
Oh
my god, maybe not. Dude, you swap out the cannon for what? The axe. And now you have another problem for Matrix.
I mean, it's still big damage at the end of the day there. Now it's just such an awful spot to be in. The slant on the stage was just, like, absolutely working against you at that point. This is definitely looking rough, man. I feel like Matrix has really just had no answers this entire time. A bunch of Game 5s, Game 4, and now we're looking like we're going to be getting a 3-0 here.
I'm going to hold my breath on that because I think this lance can cook. And we've started seeing that from Matrix already. Side air is out. Draggy struggling to get back onto the stage. Sweatbeats were underway. Matrix didn't capitalize. Did not bring out the ground pound. Played it safe. Went for the neutral sig instead. I'm liking this lance.
Well, we're on the Scythe now, and we saw the Scythe struggle quite a bit on the Mirage.
I'm not a fan of the Scythe.
Yeah. I'm not really sure what the game plan is anymore for Matrix because, man, Draggy is absolutely bopping it right now. This cannon's putting in some overtime for sure.
Yeah, you're having a maybe a short-term success here with the Lance. And I'm not going to take that away from Matrix. If he can confirm this second stock, I think this could go to a Game 4. But Draggy's spot is that he's been able to counter, 3-4 weapons effectively now up against Matrix. If he can find a way after this game, if there is one, to go up against Lance and have a counterplay, I think Game 4 might be the end of the road.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, not to be able to take the stock there, but one more of those will certainly get it done. And you can tell Draggy's looking for it.
yeah, if he's looking to finish this out, neutral sig was underway. Draggy evades it, cannon back out again. It's back to the site, and we're out of this match. That's going to be a quick 3-0 from the hands of the Amethyst. Draggy, that cannon, good lord.
Yeah, that cannon was pretty brutal. And you know what? Sometimes you just don't got it, and it's not to say that, like, Matrix isn't good at the game. I'm not saying that at all. Sometimes the player you're playing against just has your number, and I think that's just kind of what happened here with Draggy. That cannon was, I don't know, man, it was ridiculous. Explosive, honestly.
You got to be a fantastic player to make it this far into a championship. I'm not going to take that away from Matrix. I do think this is a great matchup to go back and watch just to see, like, okay, what can I do against the cannon? If you're Matrix yourself, if you're a Matrix enjoyer and you're learning how to beat, say, a high-level Zol like this, you have footage now on like 4 different weapons of issues that you might run into, counterplay potential, and how you might want to play this differently. Next tournament, I'm fully expecting Matrix to have a much higher placement than he is right now.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully.
No, it's a guarantee. I know for a fact.
That match was rough. That match was quite rough. But you know what? Like I said, you can't win them all. And the thing is, too, both of them were actually on the lower end of bracket here, relatively early as well. That was the 7 seed versus 13 seed. So, you know, it is what it is. I believe we have one more match coming up for us here.
I believe
we're going to be swapping over.
Just double check with production.
There we go. Seeing Shade versus Irqzz. So Irqzz, who we had on earlier, did end up losing to Animefan in one of our game 5s. And Animefan actually is fighting Balloon Boy now. So, I mean, hey, the winner takes on the 2 seed. But
I feel bad for everyone in our block because they either win this set and go on to face world championship caliber players, or they don't win.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely what's happened for us so far here. But and actually the other side of that too is like Balloon Boy was the runner-up for BCX this past year.
That's right.
But
so
we had Bunny coming back in. What's up?
No, we had Bunny go up and win. Lose and go up and face against Marky Moo, and then we had the same exact thing with Irqzz having to face up against Balloon Boy. So no matter what, it's not a great situation to be in, but you're completely right. Irqzz is back here yet again. We're gonna see Shade bring out the Petra. I'm very excited for this.
Indeed, the winner of this takes on Guchibu.
see what I mean, man? See what I mean?
That's definitely a bit of a rough one there. But you know what? There's a prize for winning.
Yeah?
For sure. All right, but Shade x Irqzz gonna be coming up here. We're going to see Shade on the Petra, which we saw quite a few times yesterday, especially, you know, with just that orb in general, high damage, high speed, going to be trying to, you know, take out stocks really, really fast. But Irqzz, who we saw earlier on the Allgrim, this Rocket Lance is a problem. Strong gameplay all the way through. Went through a game-five banger. We're going to see if Shade can say anything about that.
I've been a huge fan of the mechanical off of Irqzz from the last series we watched. I think his unarmed was some of the best I've seen so far this entire season, which, again, it's just one tournament, but across all regions, I think it was so strong. Big counterplay option here is that Irqzz has a lot of range up against the Petra. Petra, similar to the Azuri matchup we saw against the Cassidy, has to always be inside the hitbox in order to find success, and as soon as that lance comes out, the story has changed. Shade found a lot of success on those gauntlets very early on. Now that Lance is out, has not had a lick of damage up applied against his Zolgrim.
Here we go, lands that there. Oh, big hit to be able to take out that first stock there. And that's kind of like what we've been seeing from Irqzz anyway. Just, again, a lot of solid gameplay, you know, these long strings in general, and we've been seeing these big hits, those signatures coming out to close out these stocks. So we're probably going to be seeing more of that for sure. We'll see what Shade can answer back with. I mean, 123 right now should be able to take out a stock. There we go. 1, 2, 3.
Great double there.
Yeah, very well done.
I thought it was funny. But we're going to see it come out again. Irqzz on the lance is back out. Now, here's the thing, though. You have great tempo setting capabilities off this lance. That ground pound could have been Disaster City. Luckily, though, it wasn't. And all Irqzz has to do is find a way to get coverage over Dare potential and evade punishing Sares from Shade. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, yes! That's a great way of getting around it.
Yeah, great recovery from Irqzz there. But, you know, that's a couple times now that we've seen Shade in these really strong positions off stage. Just barely missing out on an edge guard, which would have gave Shade a huge lead. Or at least just a big turnaround. So that's definitely something I think Irqzz needs to really take into consideration moving forward, and not just this game, but the rest of the set.
Look, as someone that loves the mainline Petra, I can tell you right now, this is not a fun matchup for Shade. We're going up against Lance like this, at this level of play, it's a disaster in the making. But the fact that Shade's been able to take one stock off so far, find a wealth of damage, and really capitalize on taking a lot of damage off of Irqzz when the Lance isn't around, goes to show that there is a game plan in mind. Shade's certainly not unfamiliar with facing against high-level Lance players. It's just about waiting it out and looking for punishes. But Irqzz's coverage has been, bar none, some of the best I've seen so far in Winter Champs. Great work, though, off of that weapon throw.
That's what I want to see. Shade has gone out there a couple times with some crazy edge guards and, you know, hasn't quite found the success, but right there, finally getting what they were looking for. I hope that starts to build up that confidence, and, you know, we're going to see a lot more confirmations off that stage to really take some of these early stocks here.
Oh, by all means. Good job catching the landing there, bringing out the end light. Irqzz with the retaliation of the Sair. It's going to work out well. Usually ledge guard, we see a neutral sig coming up from Irqz's side. Not quite the case. He's switching it up, keeping Shade on his toes. We didn't see the initiation off of the dare. Follow up, though, off of Irqzz at this high damage from Petra. Not quite easy for him to capitalize on. We've been seeing struggles here at the end of each stock.
Okay. Ooh, just barely missing out on that. Dancing around here, though. No real confirmation. Irqzz has not been able to find the hit that they needed until right there. And honestly, you really got to hand it to Shade, too, who I felt like was behind by quite a bit. Starting to find their confidence there and was doing a really great job of kind of bringing that game back. So this game, too, I think is going to be very interesting to see, you know, exactly where this set's going to be going. I want to see if Shade can keep up this confidence. I feel like they're slowly building up here.
I completely agree, man. You know, I think Shade can easily bring this back 1-1.
All right. Well, we'll definitely see how things play out as we're going to be getting into game 2 here.
1, brawl.
All right back in the World's End.
Yeah, World's End once again. This is going to be a big benefit for both of these players. The fact that we see a lot of high damage rack up is going to work out well. Shade remaining on the gauntlets has recognized that Orb, despite finding a lot of success, usually outranging Lance at times, going from up to down, not quite working the way he had hoped. These gauntlets are finding so much positional advantage and outpacing Irqzz that it can work. Sair is out for the Orb. A great bowling ball to the face. Steer! No! Not a strike, perhaps a spare. Oh, out, neutral sig! That's the spare! That's what I'm looking for.
Got the 7-10 split, taking that first stock here.
Surprised the bowling ball to the face wasn't enough to end that first stock, but these gauntlets have been such a great tempo setter.
All right, you know what? This is exactly what I wanted to see. I'm starting to see those shades of like that crazy confidence going off stage there, and Shade's game plan starting to kind of come into fruition here. We're gonna see how much damage it can get on this second stock before losing their first, because that's just a matter of if, not or when, not if. Because Irqzz, I mean, Allgrim in general, you're gonna get a stock at least, right?
We just really haven't seen much axe from Irqzz either. I want to see more because that could be a great stopping force up against the gauntlets. But the fact now that we've only seen one weapon allows so much more adaptability for the Petra kit to work off of.
Woo! Dude, they're getting so much extra credit on this stock right now. 154 here, now overlapping in damage. Can they get this done, though? They're looking for it. Their movement has been super clean right now. The Rocket Lance just cannot track them down. Tosses out the weapon, not going to be able to find it. Goes for the side stick, not going to get that one. But the sidelight Sair will certainly clean it up. We're 3 stocks to 1.
I think Irqzz needs to bring out axe unless he wants to face up against a 3-stock game. He needs to figure out a way to get into this, but the weapon starve is out. Orb not finding much of an appearance. Unarmed GC down break. It's going to work out well. Sorry, down break dance, I meant to say. Worked out well. But again, we're seeing weapon differentials coming out from Irqz's side have gleaming results. The Lance was fantastic when we saw him earlier today. Ground pound doesn't connect. You have to switch it up, man. Oh my God.
Player 1 wins.
No, you got to switch it up here.
Yo, Shade's a lunatic.
Yeah. this is the kind of Petra that I want to be, man. Overly aggressive, but enough that there's a thought process in the way. The timing is still there. Shade is one of the best Petras I've seen.
Shade is kind of reminding me of like a Pavelski, but without losing the stocks.
Okay.
And I mean that with all love in my heart. I love Pavelski. But like just how crazy and how willing they are to go off stage and do some silly stuff. So who knows? We're going to see if Shade can continue to show shades of that gameplay. Certainly has been living up to it right now.
Yep, this is already a great confidence setter now. Irqzz finding value off of this orb matchup here. As soon as that weapon spawn comes on down, Irqzz will have to steal that weapon away, and yes, he does. He also steals this dog off of Shade. Goes to show that Shade having a struggle matchup against this Lance with the orb needs to keep these gauntlets at bay.
I mean, you guys got to hand it to Irqzz on that one, too. That was just a strong start.
Yeah, that was
as soon
a
as they
great
got their
fundamental.
first hit, yeah, they were just on the offensive end until they got that stock done. So that was great work from them. Uh-oh.
Okay, good ledge guard coming out now. That was a good signature. Just a matter now of Shade finding a way back in, struggling to do so. He was fishing for Sayers, but again, high dexterity on this Ogrim. It's coming out first.
Ooh.
I like this weapon juggling from Irqzz' side too, or back out. Not a good matchup for Shade's side. Irqzz has a chance to make a reversal of what happened to him last game, as long as he can just catch a signature here, and he most certainly can. Oh, that was a great stopping power, but he didn't have that recognition in time. He needed that stopping power, and he went for a down light instead.
Yeah, he was definitely expecting a dodge in, and I always love that. I love it when someone just spawns, and they just run up and duff you just to get that stock back.
We call that the Brawlhalla special.
Yep. All right, well, here we go right now. Shade racking up some pretty solid damage here. The stock down, but they are certainly looking for a way to tie this back up here. And my goodness, the orb is putting in the work.
Yeah, these nairs are incredible right now. It just gives you essentially a shield of destruction around any which way you go. GC sidelight's not enough. Irqzz goes for a GC of his own, unfortunately does not connect. Axe is back out. Matchup that we have seldomly seen in this set. The orb finding that confidence though, throws it away. Shade looking for those gauntlets, knows full well that Irqzz, if he loses this stock, will go back to the lance and needs to hold on to it. Shade's in a precarious spot. GC neutral sig could have been enough to end that stock had Shade been closer. Great ledge guard once again. Is it enough? No, nothing Irqzz is doing is connecting, but the rogue recovery finally does it. We got ourselves a set.
Yeah, and that's what I like to see too. After, you know, especially how a game can end, even if it's down to the last stock, it can be a real like morale killer, right? Especially with how we saw game 2 end in Shade's favor. So to see Irqzz come back into game 3 and just pretty much just dominate from start to finish, that was great. That's exactly what I want to see from a player. It just goes to show that they got a good mental fortitude, and we're gonna see how things play out in this game 4. I am really liking what Shade's doing, but that game 3 was bad. Like, we need to definitely fix things there a little bit.
It was the same game plan as the last few matchups.
3,
we go from
2,
Small World's End to
1,
Moss
brawl.
Isley. This benefits Irqzz pretty much non-stop in every category. I will say the biggest factor we saw from Irqzz in between these games was the fact that he's willing to play Axe more. This is the change that I wanted to see, and I think this is going to heavily go in his favor.
Okay, here we go. Those side lights coming through. Putting on some damage, trying to get the stage control over here. Okay. I was saying, I don't know what Shade was going to go for there, but I think they might have missed input and got punished for it.
That's really unlucky there. Again, playing around for the weapon star, knowing full well that Shade really wants those gauntlets now that Lance is making an appearance. Gauntlets are back
It was
now.
actually really dope to see Irqzz kind of play with the axe for once. You know, that led them to a pretty solid lead so far.
I think that's his win condition.
Doesn't agree. But no, you are right. I think that is the win condition here. That axe has definitely showed up and showed out pretty well here.
Recovery's out now. Shade is finding that confidence on the orb versus the Lance matchup. That was something that worried me quite a bit more. Nearly a bowling ball to the face. That would have been devastating. Ground pound doesn't connect. This is now where Irqzz wants to be. He's going to have to find extra credit, but that doesn't last much longer.
Very well done being able to answer back here. Only taking 16 damage in the process as well. Shade's definitely looking to fight back here, try to make some noise, push us into a game 5, but Irqzz does have other plans. Gonna keep that axe in hand. Tosses it again, though. There we go, the rocket lance. This is where the comfort comes into play.
Yeah, once we see Irqzz in the air, Shade has been going below Irqzz and finding a lot of value off of these snares. That's exactly how you need to rack up this damage. Irqzz playing off stage though, wants to find an opportunity to maybe get a cheeky kill, KO off of Shade. Maybe not quite the chance to do so. But Irqzz, off stage, recovery is out. Pretty heavily damaged on both sides. It's just, how are you gonna find a way to end this?
throws out the jabs. Not gonna be able to find anything. The recovery won't be enough either.
168 damage on Irqzz, though. Should be pretty easy to fish for a Sarah on Shade's side.
Yeah, I feel like next hit should be able to take out the stock, and it certainly will. When Irqzz gets back, they should be able to clean up their stock pretty well, unless Shade plays a bit more on the defensive end here to see if there's any punish game coming out. There we go, a little bit. Nice.
Oh, that's pretty worrisome. Irqzz had every opportunity there to clean it up with the unarmed. Usually does so, but chose not to this time. Pray instead for the Lance to respawn back in. Does so, grabs it, wants to play it safe.
Irqzz starting to take his time, not pressing a whole lot of buttons, and honestly it worked out for him. 49 damage is all they have. You know what, I'm feeling confident in Irqzz to find a way to close this out, but it won't be easy. There we go, the gauntlets in hand. We know what Shade's capable of doing.
This stage will benefit Irqzz a lot more. Plenty of opportunities to dodge out of the gauntlet. Straight hits. It's just a matter now of Shade finding a way to get these consistent combos. D-Light, GC into a potential recovery could have been it, but the Nair doesn't connect once again. Irqzz spot dodges out of the way, knows full well that Shade is fishing for all of these Nairs to get in. Has it been enough? The answer is no.
Oh, there we go. Oh, trying to go for another Nair, not gonna be able to find it. Now has stage control. What's the play here? Goes for the weapon toss. Both of them getting their weapons back after tossing them. Orb now in play, gonna be looking for that sidelight Sarah most likely.
Oh, blow this out. 164. Shade? Oh, what a dodge! How did that not connect? Sarah's out. Bowling ball to the face. Irqzz. All he has to do is find one solid recovery, but we have ourselves a game 5.
And there we go, game 5 in the books here, as Shade was able to clutch it out. Both of these players are actually playing very well at the very end there. It came down to like a last hit scenario, and Shade just came out on top of that, so.
Beautiful work overall again. Gotta say, I'm surprised. I thought for sure them going to Mos Eisley would benefit the Ogrim pick a lot more, especially towards the end. We started seeing those gauntlet dodges, but the fact that we saw the mid-set adjustment over towards prioritizing the orb worked out in spades for this Petra pick.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
All right, well, here we go. Game 5. We're gonna see who takes it here on Mos Eisley. Going to be a bit interesting to see how this all shapes up right now. Shade starting off with that hot damage, getting a nice 81 to get started here, but Irqzz answering back. Both players seemingly on their preferred weapons.
That's right. Ground pound once again. Irqzz has, I don't know if that's intentional and he's using that toy with Shade to bait out a dodge or what the situation is, but it didn't work out well. Shade gets back on stage. Just a matter now of cycling through, making sure Orb cannot come back out. I think Irqzz is more afraid of Orb at this point than Gauntlets. Oh, can't pick it back up. Force for unarmed. Off stage, not the spot you want to be in. Catches out the jump up. Sarah's out. GC sidelight, not going to be enough.
That's a really crucial moment for Shade to be messing up there. Went for a big edge guard, was not able to get that GC sidelight, and got punished for it dearly. I mean, however, only losing the stock can certainly find a way to clean this up and even things up pretty quickly. Gotta miss that recovery, that's unfortunate. Then we'll get that one though, and it is 0 damage, 2 stocks apiece.
We've been so lucky so far for our block to have almost nothing but game 5 -1 set. Get ourselves another game 5 yet again. It's gonna be Shade again, starting off this second stock with a huge combo break to take down Irqzz. But again, 68 damage, not even 6-7.
Oh, tries to go for that ground pound, not gonna be able to find it. Again,
oh, hello!
There. Oh, what a
GC
great
neutral, what a save, that great recognition from the Ogrim.
Great defense there on that end, just keeping them away from the stage. That was a good recovery attempt from Shade, but Irqzz was ready for it.
Irqzz is just barely inching ahead now. Shade, these gauntlets have worked wonders for the last 4 games, but they're slowly starting to get shut out. Irqzz is going toe-to-toe with them, catching out these punishes non-stop. A narrow could have been enough. It flushed away the dodge off of Shade. Now without a weapon, Orb is back out. This could be the winning factor.
Certainly could be, and that will clean it up. 29 damage is the only difference between these two players here. And then we're back on the gauntlets. This is definitely huge for Shade. There we go. Weapon spawn coming through. Gonna be the axe. Not what Irqzz was looking for, but has made it work.
Adjustment needed. By now, Shade is fully aware of what the Lance is capable of from Irqzz's end. I think the weapon swap could have been necessary, but Irqzz wants to play for comfort instead. Who could blame him? Off the edge once again. Cannot fish damage off of that Nair. The Dare doesn't connect either, but the side sig does. Nair once again. Shade getting the combo starter, going off again. How does that weapon connect? Not the spot you want to be in. At game 5, off stage, barely any options left. Nair doesn't connect. Shade backs away. He plays for a reset. Irqzz goes through for the axe. A change needed now. Adaptation big for both of these players. Axe once more, looking to rack up that damage. One recovery will be it for Irqzz to move on, but he chooses to let go. Lance is out, tries to go for a neutral sig. That doesn't connect. Orb is back out. Neutral life finds damage. A one hit for any one of these players, and they move on in this tournament. Could this be Shade's time to strike? The answer could be yes. Off stage, weapon throw on Dare, and Shade with 200 damage makes it through.
Oh my goodness, 600 damage and 511 on the other side. Over 11k damage. It's actually 1111. Make a wish. These two are absolutely just beating the heck out of each other. So much damage on the board here. And that's the thing. I think the big issue here was Irqzz was just not able to stay on stage for too much longer and then just got into what is basically Shade's realm. Just like, they are so comfortable out there just going for absolute crazy shenanigans. They thrive in the scramble, and you can certainly see it in that game 5.
Absolutely. I think the fact, again, that we're willing to seeing Shade on the Petra, critical part of her kit, ensuring that you have a great balance of Orb and Gauntlet play, going to full fruition in Game 5. We saw a great balance of both weapons. Irqzz, again, phenomenal Lance. I know his axe is great. I wish we had seen just a little bit more of it. I think that could have been the difference maker for that 3-2 to go in his favor.
Yeah, that's going to be Shade taking on Guchibu next, too. So, I mean, you should definitely be sticking around. That energy should be up pretty high. Guchibu, we'll see how they handle that for sure. But just to kind of like a quick little rundown, in case you haven't been paying attention to the other side of the stream, Flower 3-0'd Guchibu earlier. We got Balloon Boy 3-0'ing Animefan. Rise and Rutsme are still playing. Stingray got eliminated 3-2 as Mr. Boy Gamer is going to be taking on Bunny, I believe at some point on this stream. But yeah, that's just a quick little rundown of what you might have missed. But man, that was some great Brawlhalla action for you and me, Keg. North America definitely showing up and showing out today on the side stream.
Absolutely. We've had nothing but banger games in our block so far for every region inside of Brawlhalla for Winter Champs thus far. And even though it's the end of the 1v1 route for us so far for our casting this weekend, we still have so much more amazing North American action to go. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Polly and Dara are up next to finish out the side stream. And we still have more amazing action on the main stream as well. You get unlimited Brawlhalla action. So don't go anywhere, because we'll know if you do, and we'll be right back.
아니다.
문어 좀 먹을래? 나쁘소. 잘 먹을게. 크게 불태워보자. 배고파. 빨리 해보자고. Time to unleash the dragon. Real powers 맛은 바로 이거다. 디저트도 먹어. I'm working up an appetite. 밖에는 거북이, 안에는 드래곤. 이기는 건 디저트만큼 달콤한 거야. 거의. Welcome to Brawlhalla.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Winter Championships. We're here on the side stream, and we're going to be closing off the side stream for North America. I am Draggy, joined by the one and only Polly Monto. Polly, how are you feeling about today?
I'm feeling very good. It's been a very eventful weekend thus far. It's been a very eventful event here on the North American side of things. We've been following the bracket a little bit. It is getting into the later hours over here in the European region, but we are going to get our energy from some sick gameplay. We have seen lots of great upsets thus far, and we're probably going to see more.
That's right. We're going to be kicking off from the elimination side, or actually continuing from the elimination side, from some of the previous sets that we saw before, specifically the top 12 side of things. We're going to be starting off, I believe, with Bunny and Mr. Boy Gamer 55. Now, I have never heard of Mr. Boy Gamer 55. Up until me mentioning that Mr. Boy Gamer 55 has beaten Stingray and has gotten also a win over Wubs. This is not a tag that has been familiar to me. Apparently, according to Sandwick, this is the Artemis Chad.
Okay, well, with a title like that, I would only assume which legend he will be playing, but I mean, Artemis against Stingray? If he was playing Artemis against Stingray going to Game 5 while playing a Lance, I mean, that would be pretty anime. Wubs was also Game 5. He has had some very, very difficult games leading up to this very moment, and he will... Usually, I say, you know, whenever they get into these games, it's like, okay, well, now they're going to meet their match. They're going to meet someone, you know, this is not even close to anything that they faced prior in the bracket. But I mean, he took down Stingray. So I mean, like, there's not many players in the entire tournament which are at the skill level of Stingray, except for Mr. Boy Gamer 55, evidently.
Mr. Boy Gamer, that's an amazing tag as well. He also ended up beating Anonymous Alex as well. So a lot of big wins there. I don't know if those would actually be considered upsets. Maybe a lot of people know something that I do not. But anyways, that's an amazing bracket path to get up until this point. But then, of course, we have Bunny, one of the most aggressive Rayman players to be doing it. She is an edge-guarding demon. If you've ever played against Bunny, you will know how scary that position can be going up against her. And today, she has had a pretty respectable bracket path as well. I'm trying to see what are some of the wins that she got. She ended up getting eliminated from the winner's side. She lost 3-1 to Guchibu. But she ended up taking the set over Moneyholla in a Game 5, which is huge. And she also beat Athena. So good win over, especially Moneyholla. But yeah, I'm excited to see how this set goes. I've never seen Mr. Boy Gamer 55.
Yeah, and I'm going to be very excited. We mentioned this many times yesterday, and I will continue mentioning it today as well. This is a great opportunity for us to see where the players are at, what they've been cooking. You know, have you been practicing during the off-season, or have you been kind of slacking? Because Bunny had a phenomenal 2024. 2025 also a strong year, but not as strong as 2024. And I'm really excited to see if or what has changed in her gameplay during the off season.
Yeah, as am I. But I feel like of all like the players, you can definitely tell when it's Bunny playing because she has such a distinctive style. Like, she goes off stage like a maniac. She just knows so many niche specific situations off stage. And Mr. Boy Gamer 55 actually going to be representing Mexico here. So I think that's pretty cool. I can't name that many NA players that hail from Mexico, mostly US. But everybody, we're going to be jumping into game number 1, Artemis and Rayman on behalf of Mr. Boy Gamer and Bunny, respectively. The first stage is going to be Miami Dome. Let's see what we got.
This is so great. This is like, with absolutely no disrespect intended, these are like such ranked picks. In a way, it really feels like ranked picks. Artemis going up against Rayman. Rayman, of course, been very strong as of recently, but not too often we get to see an Artemis. Now Bunny, so far being the first one to get the hits in, will be getting a dare there too.
Uh-oh.
Oh, going for the offstage.
Buddy. Going out there again, able to get the triple down, and just like that, that's gonna be Mr. Boy Gamer 55's first stock gone. Bunny, that is what she is able to do to you off stage. Mr. Boy Gamer maybe has the message, but it's gonna happen again, Polly. It's happening again.
Is it? No. Mr. Boy Gamer able to make it back up onto the stage. We're seeing the triple there come out. The Bunny tries to go for a fourth. Can't find that one though, as Mr. Boy Gamer is starting to make some damage himself here. But he's unable to close anything out. Bunny doing an amazing job at getting back to safety.
Okay, not able to confirm that sidelight sail that she was looking for, but that's okay, but because she has such a huge lead at this point, we're going to be whiffing that side sig, such a cheeky side sig to whiff that it's so difficult to punish. Mr. Boy Gamer getting the weapon knocked out of his hands. How is he going to close out this first stock on Bunny?
Side signature comes out. Mr. Boy Gamer. D-Light won't be connecting. Does he commit to the offstage? No, wants to be a little bit more careful here. The down signature isn't hitting anything though. We're seeing some serious signature whiffs so far coming up from Mr. Boy Gamer. I mean, those Artemis signatures, they're incredibly powerful, but sometimes they're just a little bit too tempting to use.
Right. This is now a 3-1 stock lead in the favor of Bunny. Let's see what she's going to be able to do here. Mr. Boy Gamer gets that too, but it's not enough to close out the stock. Maybe a potential edge code, but he's just going to opt to play it safe. Goes for the side stick. Bunny still going to be able to get the whip punish.
Okay.
That's new. Oh, wow. End sig after the down. That was awesome.
This is demolition at this point. I mean, Bunny has all of the momentum, and she knows it. Mr. Boy isn't able to do anything at this point. Ground pound coming out. You already know Bunny was feeling really good by that last stock. I mean, that was looking very, very nice.
Yeah, I opened off talking about Bunny's offstage gameplay, and that is why she can be so lethal, and you saw that in the first stock. She destroyed Mr. Boy Gamer's stock offstage. She was able to get the triple down, she stuffed out the jump, she stuffed out the recoveries, so she played super well in that position. It felt like Mr. Boy Gamer was really struggling to close out that first stock on Bunny. He was just never able to get any momentum for himself.
Yeah, it feels like Bunny was just running at him with her gauntlets, and Mr. Boy was just able to... He was constantly stuck in a state of running away and wasn't really able to fight back that much. The pressure coming up from Bunny was just all too large. That is one of the feats of having so much momentum on your opponent. But in between the games here, we'll have an opportunity for a little bit of a breather, and we already see Mr. Boy Gamer playing with a lot more confidence. Bunny being a little bit more drawn back here.
Silent recovery going to be coming through. Mr. Boy Gamer has not found that clean hit. He's looking for that clean opening. Not going to be able to get the whip punish. Okay, sidelight down is going to be coming through. Nice true combo.
Oh,
side sig
very nice
punish. Punished.
Recovery is going to connect as well. Will he find the landing? Bunny going for a dare. Side signature. Oh, he waited all the way for that one. But the sidelight, Bunny using the drift there to throw him off. Sidelight should have been in the other direction. The D-Sig is going to connect, and that's the first strike yet again for Bunny. Probably sticking to the gauntlets here. No, it's going to be the axe, actually.
Yeah, but this time, Mr. Boy Gamer, I feel like, is in a much better position. Bunny does not have that much of a lead. Mr. Boy Gamer going to be picking up the side sig, playing as safe as possible, and then goes for the immediate side sig, goes out there, lands the sig as well, backs up. She catches that jump. Good call out. Not able to get the ground pound. That is so scary. Bunny almost found a huge down of the throne. Is that it? Yes, it will be. Nice job.
Yeah, wow, I feel like Mr. Boy Gamer able to slow down the pace of the game, or rather Bunny maybe not pressuring Mr. Boy that much. As soon as this pace has ever so slightly turned down, Mr. Boy Gamer is doing so much better. Bunny isn't able to find the same kind of pressure that she had prior. Oh, well, we see an offstage situation set up. The Nair won't be found though. Mr. Boy Gamer with a nice Sair to get back up onto the stage here now as well.
I like the setup that he was going for. That could have been potentially lethal for Bunny, but speaking of lethal, Bunny gonna be finding that ground pound, not gonna be able to connect the weapon toss, but that is okay because she knows exactly how to clean up those stocks. She finishes it off with that GCD light. That was such good tracking, just such good whittling away of Mr. Boy Gamer's options. We have not seen any like big plays from Mr. Boy Gamer. I feel like he's opting to play very slow, very gently. Now he's maybe turning it up. What a call out! He called out that cross-up. Oh my god.
Oh!
He couldn't get the recovery.
The recovery was so close!
I know.
Mr. Boy is so lucky to keep this stock right now. He goes off stage again, willingly. The neutral signature is going to connect as well. And Bunny is just slicing him up right now, going for the unarmed there as well. Wow.
That was such a strange whiff. I can't believe that down didn't connect, but Bunny in a nasty position off stage. This should be the edge code, and it will be Mr. Boy Gamer not even needing to commit to a button. It is last stock apiece. Bunny has been a little bit more consistent in terms of actually closing it out. So let's see if Mr. Boy can do this. He has to make it back onto the stage first.
Yeah, I'm smelling the down 6. We were all smelling the down 6 from a mile away. The Sair comes out. Not a weapon throw, but a GC neutralite for a quick mix-up there by Bunny. And that is going to be another game over in Bunny's favor here. Very, very well played thus far from her.
But we're seeing Mr. Boy Gamer. God, I'm getting exhausted saying that. Mr. Boy Gamer 55. Turning it up a little bit here. That game, the second game, went a lot better for him than it did the first game. I think he started getting a little bit more confident. He was going through some pretty big call-outs in neutral, and it feels like off-stage, he is this close to punishing Bunny off-stage. You know, like we saw the recovery, the neutraler that almost connected. He has the right idea. The execution is, like, barely dropping.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a stupid Brawlhalla caster, but I don't know if playing off stage constantly against Bunny is such a great idea. Because I mean, Bunny has been has been outperforming him in those positions the vast majority of times. This is where we see Mr. Boy making great damage. It's whenever he's center stage. He was actually on the side there, but the lands have been working super well too. I don't know, Dara.
Gave Bunny that opening with that end light, using the weapon toss to be able to get in. What an amazing call out on the cross-up, using the side light. Bunny, look at the position that she has Mr. Boy Gamer in. The aggressive neutral to make it back on. The wake-up ground pound to be able to punish Mr. Boy Gamer, making it back on. What was that angle? What was that angle of side light? What was that?
What did I just see? Okay, well, we at least we know that if Mr. Boy Gamer loses 3-0, it's Mickey Mouse doesn't really matter, because what was that hit? I mean, really. Anyways, very nice neutral signature by Mr. Boy Gamer. Won't be the stock though.
Okay, not able to land that side stick, looking for the jump call out. I see the wait, the patience that was so good, but then ended up waiting a little bit too long. Bunny went for the gravity cancel delayed dodge punish. That was such a good idea. Mr. Boy Gamer looking for this opening, looking to pressure Bunny, but she is staying elusive. She is making herself so difficult for him to hit. Why did you go in?
Struggling right now. Able to make it back up onto the stage though. The Sair is going to miss too, Mr. Boy Gamer. These Sairs don't seem to be working all too well. And what is that option? That option is crazy from Bunny.
Yeah, it was a crazy option, and guess what? It worked out because Mr. Boy Gamer, okay, nice, able to clean it up with the breakdance, but he keeps going for like the fully charged recovery to hopefully like mix Bunny up off stage.
He had
that time
to.
She just adapted.
He had to.
I can't believe that she's this good off stage.
Literally just 180 IQ play, and
oh
he
my
does it again! What is that? Dude, okay. Buddy, that's
I think like this. Who does this? I've never seen this
we just
before.
live streamed. We saw Bunny Tech just be coined. What was that? Twice in a game. I mean, it makes sense. It's so smart if you're playing Rayman, but it's just I would never have thought. I would never have even begun to think to use that option.
Yep. Mr. Boy Gamer, I will say he was bold. he kept trying to reversal Bunny off stage. He kept trying to go out there for like some downers instead of just getting it back on. He went for the downer, but Bunny, I don't know how she did it, but she stayed so elusive. She avoided everything. And dude, the offstage GC side six were absolutely insane. She is precise. She is like a sniper. She just has to position herself, and then eventually, you know, you can't charge that lance recovery forever, right? So she just knows that you'll just be able to pop it at some point. So good stuff to Bunny. Amazing gameplay. Amazing bracket run to Mystery Boy Gamer. But I'm not gonna lie, Bunny kind of put the work in. Bunny kind of messed him up a little bit. That was a pretty dominant 3-0.
Yeah, it really was, and very well played from Bunny. As we mentioned prior, where she really did her best during that entire set was on the offstage. But I feel like really towards the last game, we also really got to see her shine on the onstage too, making Mr. Boy Gamer just miss Sair after Sair after Sair. And as you mentioned, super good run for Mr. Boy Gamer. He took down some really massive names in this tournament. Let's be honest, Mr. Boy Gamer, he ruined a lot of people's day, but he played his heart out for the Mexican population, and I'm super excited to hopefully get to see him more in 2026.
Yeah, as am I. But Bunny, you know, like her gameplay, her style, it's just like so unique. You know, I don't like see that many people like still prioritize and succeed. That's the thing, she succeeds off stage, which I think like reaching that level of consistency, it's pretty difficult. You know, that's like such a risky way to actually treat and approach this game. So good stuff to her. She's gonna be moving on to the tournament, and that means her next opponent has to be the winner between Guchibu and Seeing Shade.
Who is winning that, you ask? Well, we're about to find out, because that is actually, conveniently enough, it's going to be our next matchup here. Guchibu going up against Seeing Shade. They both have had a pretty long way to get here. Guchibu only just recently getting knocked down in the bracket against Flower. Quick 3-0 over in the winner side. Seeing Shade has been in the elimination side a little bit longer, playing against IRQQZZ. If anyone saw that on stream before, very hype match, so has a bit of momentum in their sail as well.
Yeah, let's see how this set is going to go. We're going to be opening off everybody. Game number 1. We're going to be seeing, of course, the Queen Nai pick from Guchibu, the Qatar legend, the Qatar shooter, up against Shade's Mordex. It's been a little bit since I've seen Guchibu in ones, just because I haven't gotten the chance to. But I'm excited to see him go at it. These are the two amazing plays.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
We will see how things go. I mean, Guchibu, it was a while since last time. Of course, had an amazing placement at the latest BCX. I mean, all things considered, amazing 9th. So they have definitely been, playing very well recently, going up against Shade here. Let's see what they're able to do. We get a quick recovery at the start there. Shade unable to pick up the landing there. That could have been devastating.
That's that Enlight, dashing in, dashing out. Guchibu not able to get that D-Light pickup that he's looking for. Just waiting for the opening, playing a little bit floatier, looking for Shade to whiff something on the ground that he really shouldn't. Whiffing a Qatar silent like that is always going to be a punish.
Oh, that's a GC, but Guchibu can't find the full-on extension. Dodge out there. The sidelight wasn't able to catch it, but Guchibu is really feeling himself on these Qatars. The weapon throw bait into instant ground pound. That's so nice by Guchibu. Shade was not ready for that.
Yeah, no, not at all. That was such a good mix-up. And now Guchibu has the stock lead, not able to get the dodge call out. Okay. This next opening kill. Once again, no punish on that dodge. Guchibu not able to get that lead yet.
Shade having a very hard time getting his opening here in neutral, but Guchibu gets the combo, he gets the D-Sig as well. That's going to be Shade disarming quickly.
And what to say? Just those super safe, unpunishable D6s. You can press them from across the stage. It doesn't matter if this is gold or, you know, top 32 or top 12. Queen 9 D6 on spear, unpunishable.
Nair catching Shade here as well, and we're just seeing signatures flying out left and right. I mean, this is kind of what we were talking about yesterday. It doesn't always matter if you're hitting them, it's the psychological pressure, it's the conditioning. Guchibu just reminding Shade that he has all these tools and that they're so threatening.
Okay, but Shade evens up the stock count. Let's see if he's going to be able to get any mileage here. Guchibu threatening off stage, looking through the pogo, unsuccessful. Backing up a little bit here, not able to get that N6 KO, hopefully off the top. Guchibu is letting all of these signatures fly. And honestly, that's why Guchibu plays Queen Nai. Guchibu loves signatures that you can be so generous with. You know, like Lin Fei, Lin Fei lets you do this. Queen Nai lets you do this.
Okay, Guchibu just waiting for Shade to run into him, but Shade being a lot more conservative with his approaches here, just waiting for Guchibu to miss. Doing a great job at punishing a ton of damage right now. Shade is kind of feeling himself. Swapping over to the gauntlets. He tries to catch him in the air, but it's going to be an end light instead. Recovery won't connect anything, and that gave Guchibu the opportunity to pick up a pair of Katars.
Lands with the sailor and is going to be able to take the stock. Guchibu now with a very gentle 2-1 lead here. This is a very like slow-paced game, I feel like. Right? There haven't been any big explosive plays. Everybody's just playing this very gently. Shade not able to get the landing call-out that he was looking for. Just trying to find any way to make it difficult for Guchibu to land, but Guchibu goes to the platform to safety. The downer was not able to scoop up Shade.
Oh, the GCD light won't connect. He got that full dodge though, but Guchibu wasn't able to find that second dare. He goes for that quite a lot dare and then tries to get another dare out of the read, but against seeing Shade hasn't found that much success. Nice.
So it comes through, and it is going to be able to KO. Shade doing a good job just capitalizing on Guchibu's disadvantage. This has not been a very combo-heavy game. It just feels like, hey, is it going to be Guchibu like missing his Katara approach? And if so, how big is Shade's punish going to be? Or if Guchibu does get him, how big is his string going to be? It just feels like it's been like a lot of one-off hits on both players' ends.
Yes. Yeah, definitely taking things easy in the neutral, but whenever they do get that opening, they tend to go quite hard, and that's actually going to be the wake up and neutral signature completely catching Shade there. I have to see that on the replay.
I didn't expect that either. I got hit by that too. That was crazy. Yeah, what happened here? Let's take a look. Shade?
Right. You can't find it. The neutral light comes out. What was it that Shade did? Yeah, Shade went for the immediate nair and he was just stacked. See, he interrupted his chase dodge with the nair, so he was able to get hit there, but it was just perfectly timed by Guchibu.
I mean, those are the kinds of wake-ups that you need to do against gauntlets. Right? If you get like a lucky lead like that. I mean, and also, by the way, Queen Nai signatures, they're so big, they're so active. There's like no way that gauntlets can compete with that kind of disjoint. So, good job to Guchibu there, good call out. A little bit unfortunate for Shade, but now we're in game number 2. We're not going to be seeing any switches yet. Let's see what they've got for us.
I know we will be seeing any switches, Dara. Both these players, they seem confident in their game plan. They seem confident in their legends. Doesn't look like either one of them is changing up that game plan all too much thus far either. I mean, it was a very close game, so why change a working formula? Shade working on the ground gameplay. He needs to catch this landing, but he can't find it. Guchibu using that weapon throw to make Shade a little bit afraid. Oh, but he goes for the immediate ground pound. He didn't touch.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. Shade losing his stock a little bit sooner that I think he would have liked to, but that's okay. Let's see how he's going to be able to close out the stock on Guchibu. He gets a side light, not going to be able to get the good cover. He was a little too close to the left side. I don't know if Guchibu can make it back on here. Oh, the weapon toss. Oh no, Shade. Oh no, going to be dropping the potential GCD light. That could have been massive. But okay, that's going to be the stock right there. Nicely done, cleaning it up with the side light save.
Alright, Shade now has the weapon advantage. He's able to find the side light. The dodge in won't be punished or read by Shade though. And just like that, he mixes him up in the aerial gameplay again. We're seeing a mixed neutral light punish there from Shade. You can't be missing those. Guchibu is going to capitalize off of every bit of damage he can get. And there it is. There's the double dare that I was shading Guchibu for before. It finally works. And just like that, this is probably the biggest lead we've seen the entire game.
Wow, and there it is. That's going to be the combo to go ahead and close that stock off Shade. is now considerably behind, just like you mentioned. Yeah, he's gonna have to make up a lot of damage here. Guchibu is just playing so patiently. He's getting so many callouts now on the way that Shade is approaching. Okay, nice punish on the end line. Nice punish again. Guchibu is whiffing in Shade's face. Okay.
Oh, side signature won't connect. Goes down for the recovery. We see a second one. D-Light, no recovery to follow up there. See, the thing is, Dora, you keep mentioning how this is a very patient game. It doesn't feel patient because they are just so eccentric with their follow-ups.
Yeah. Okay, there it is. That's going to be another huge 3-piece. Is that going to be enough to take the stock off the top? Guchibu, not yet. But the Pogo, I think, is going to seal shit. Whoa. Okay. Comes back on with the good recovery. Guchibu not expecting that. Thinking that he would be able to get a GCD light off in time. But anything else will just close out Shade's stock at this point.
Well, Guchibu, that Sair almost connecting onto Shade, but he was able to interrupt the active frames there. Down signature will be punished! Shade has done the impossible!
Okay, but he has to make up a lot of damage here. It's not impossible for Scythe to do this, but Kataris, they just need that one dodge read. They just need to be able to connect that one D-Light, and that's your stock gone.
Oh.
Shade has to play perfectly at this point. And the wake
he
up!
got that
it's
landing.
Gonna be another wake up!
Shade got that landing, but Guchibu using his dodge very well. He used it quite early, so he would have it back by the time that Shade wanted to catch him on the ground there. Using the wake up to close things out too. Very, very nice game played by Guchibu. All in all, very even, except for the one time where Guchibu decided to just gain 800 elo and get like a full stock lead.
You know, but he's being like so patient. He's not overcommitting when he knows that he doesn't have the dodge read, but as soon as he sees that the dodge is burnt, he is able to go all in. That being said, I think Shade is doing a good job of conserving his dodge and then like mixing up between different angles to make it as ambiguous and as difficult as possible for Guchibu to punish, which is exactly what you need to be doing against Guitars. I think Guichibu's wake-ups are amazing. The fact that he was able to already close out 2 games with 2 different wake-ups just like says to Shade, hey, you have to be careful before going for the follow-up. You're not actually safe. It's making any comeback potential so difficult for Shade. Okay.
Okay, Shade with a quick ladder, taking Guchibu all the way down into orange here, but Guchibu tries to return the favor, and he got 2 dodges there. He got the aerial dodge, he goes down for the offstage play as well, all the way down into red here, but the weapon throw is going to disrupt any of Shade's plans to fulfill that offstage dream that he had. Just like that, he's back up onto stage, he's got the spear in hand, and he has a golden opportunity to try and even this out, but Shade is playing with a lot more energy here.
Oh, but that weapon toss, honestly, that was a really good angle that gave Guchibu a lot of room to be able to get back on. And now he's just looking for the next opening. You can't whiff! You dodge like that! You can't go for a gravity cancel above Guichibu's face. Look at how much damage he was able to put on. That could have been a lot worse. Goes for the sidelight punish there, nicely done. The sail a little bit too close to the right, and it wasn't able to put Guchibu off stage. Otherwise, it would have been a stock. Guichibu mixing up his landing as much as possible, picking up the guitars.
Okay.
But Shade says, I got those wake-ups too. That GCD light wake up after the weapon toss was impeccable.
Oh, did he get the dodge? I think he got the dodge there. Guchibu all the way down into orange already. He gets the weapon pickup into weapon toss. This is insane. What happened to Shade?
What happened to Shade is that he is waking up, he is getting his dodge punishes, he is doing exactly what Guchibu did to him previously, coming in with the side light. He catches the cross up, he called out that dash in so hard, goes for the down air, no immediate follow-up. Shade is activated. Shade is activated.
Swapping over to the side here. You saw that dodge come out, and Shade knew he had to get a punish off of that, but he wasn't able to find anything. Guchibu with the quick down signature. Great option used there. Getting that stock off. Just like that. It's definitely doable. Guchibu just has to get a very early knockout, but he will not find it. Now he needs 2, where Shade only needs 1. Basically evened out in terms of damage here. Shade is in, I mean, I said before, whenever Guchibu was in this position, one of the largest leads that we've seen throughout the entire set here.
Guchibu comes over the side light. Oh, I love the idea to go for the grab pod. That's a good way to call out those air dodges, and yet his was a little bit too quick. He wasn't able to get it in time. Guchibu tries to land with the down air. He whiffs his D-Light. Shade no punish yet. Comes back in with an aggressive side air. All of a sudden, both of them are scrapping. They're fighting and they're playing aggressively.
Okay, quick reverse dare coming out from Shade. Won't be able to find the second one though. Dare to throw him off stage. He will commit to it. And just like that, man, I'm telling you, the difference is how much off stage Shade is playing. All of a sudden, Guchibu, I mean, before, he would just throw his weapon to try and keep Shade away from him. And he would just kind of, you know, hide back on center stage. But now he's committing. He's going all the way out there. And he's sealing the deal every single time.
Speaking of committing, I feel like Guchibu was committing for a lot of immediate follow-ups after any Katara hit. You know, he was like coming with the down and he goes for the immediate sidelight. Shade was consistently getting out of them. He was always holding on to his dodge when Guchibu was going for the immediate follow-ups. And as a result, Guchibu got pretty blown up for it. He was not allowed to press buttons as safely as he did in Game 1 and Game 2. And not to mention, Shade's advantage state is just looking so... He's looking like a beast all of a sudden, you know?
Yeah, playing incredibly well right now. Nair's going to connect Guchibu, taking back control of the game very quickly though, getting a little bit of momentum here, getting tons of attacks in a row. The recovery completely reading the offstage there from Shade.
It being so patient to pick up the weapon again. Guchibu just gonna be whipping in his face. You can't be doing that against Psych. That dash up D-Light covers so much space. Shade going out there for the ground pound. Guchibu able to get his end light. There it is again. Another punish out of Guichibu's immediate follow-up. Guchibu still hasn't landed. Shade not able to get the neutral. He barely mispaces it. But Guchibu is getting punished for all of these immediate follow-ups. He has to chill. He has to go for the dodge reads.
Guchibu struggling to find the landing here, but the neutral signature is going to be thrown out in the wrong direction.
Wow.
Oh, what a nice ground pound. Shade using every single trick he had to get back up onto the stage, but Guchibu just showing excellent patience there, using a ground pound at the very end, finding that first stock, first strike of the game. Neutral light comes out, but Shade has enough time to pick up that weapon.
And light comes through again, gets a neutral, gonna be setting up a juggle here, not able to get the D-Light. Shade waiting for the immediate dodge from Guchibu. That was still not enough because Queen Nai never dies until sometimes that time around she ends up getting knocked out. But Shade, honestly, this is damage that he has established that he can easily make up. As soon as Guchibu doesn't have a dodge, he's gonna do a bunch of, you know, neutralite neutralize.
Yeah, like there it is. The just quick ladder setup, not able to continue on there, and just like that, ice cold, waiting for the neutral signature to finish so he can scoop in there and get his punish. Getting the read as well, going all the way out to the offstage. Does he find the knockout? Oh, but the weapon throw from Guchibu, interrupting all of his plans. Oh, it looks like he had the movement read on Guchibu as well, but he couldn't find the Sair. Guchibu is doing such an amazing job right now at counteracting Shade's immense pressure.
Oh, but the D-Light, he keeps whiffing in his opponent's face. That time, he was able to get the wake-up recovery. No D-Light, which could have been a potential KO combo. Sailor comes through as a whiff punish, and Shade goes for the immediate recovery onto Guchibu, and just like that, his stock is gone. Guchibu gonna be dropping that edge guard in a pretty monumental way.
Alright, quick D-Light into recovery to get that stock off from Guchibu. Now, one stock against one. He will have the weapon advantage here. So he's able to make good use of it. Shade molest with a good weapon spawn. Neutral light comes out, pushing Guchibu away, but he's unable to find any other hits. You can definitely tell this is tournament stock for Shade.
And light comes through, tries to dash in, dash out, go for the mix-up, but Guchibu goes for the immediate wake-up. I feel like so much of this game is defined by who is waking up out of whose combos and when are they going for dodges. Shade able to get the end light. Guchibu goes for the wake-up D-Light out of that position. That was crazy, and he was able to turn that situation into his own. Shade puts his opponent off stage. Guchibu tries to go for the delayed option. No punish on the dodge. I cannot believe how many what-ifs have happened here.
Guchibu going for the ground pound into recovery. And that's going to be stocky, just like that. Shade will be knocked out of the tournament, completely turning the tides of battle towards the end. Can you believe that Shade was in a massive lead for the almost majority of that game? Sorry, I'm mixing up this game with the last one. Shade on the verge of making an insane comeback, actually. Yes. And by the last stock was in such a great position. I mean, you're just one good Queen and I signature away from getting knocked out. That's what it comes down to.
That's, you know, the mortality of Brawlhalla is definitely a little bit sad. You know, even if you think that you're on top, Queen Eye signatures, they'll still be there to take that hope away. Guchibu, I do think he's still played quite good, especially when it came to the wake-up game. When it came to the wake-up game, he was able to win some games because of it. I know I keep talking about it, but with both of these characters, both of these legends, they're so combo based and they stay so close and on top of you, that a lot of it is okay, if it's not going to be about dodges, it's about how do I hit them for trying to punish me and turn this into my own combo. And I think Guchibu really employed that effectively, so good job to him. He's going to be moving on throughout the tournament, and as you mentioned, that means that Shade has been knocked out and he's gone for today.
Yeah, but I just have to mention, do keep in mind, this is PR19 going up against PR5. Guchibu literally on the verge of hitting top 8 at BCX, the most recent World Championship. So still a wonderful performance from Seeing Shade, really showing that he has grown as a player over the offseason. But I do believe that we will be taking a very quick break, but we will be back with more Brawlhalla action for you guys later. We have 2 sets remaining before we move on over to the mainstream, so stay tuned, and we'll be back in a moment.
Welcome to Brawlhalla.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Winter Singles Championships. We have 2 more sets that we'll be more than happy to go ahead and show all of you. I am Draggy, joined by Polly, and upcoming, we are having Draggy up against Anime. Wow, this is going to be a fun, exciting set. Polly, what do you know about these players? How do you feel about them?
I love both of these players. Anime has been a player that really grew on me last year. I know Anime as being one of the hardest working Brawlhalla pros that there is. Always on the game, putting in obscene amounts of hours into his practice. So I really, just overall, always wish him the best. Draggy, on the other hand, we commented this before in the green room. Draggy is PR9. I very quickly went and checked his stats. Up until 2025, his best placement was 49th, and then out of nowhere he came to BCX and he took down the likes of, you know, Moneyholla and got 13th. This is one of the fastest improving players of the North American region, going up against a much more cemented and experienced player, Animefan, who has been. Actually, his stats aren't loading in for me properly, so I can't tell you his most recent placements because I don't have that. My memory is not good enough.
No, but yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Draggy, absolutely on the come up. One of the players that everybody talks about here in NA. We'll be seeing both of them on the respective canon legends, and we're starting off on small worlds. And let's see what we've got for us. Draggy trying to open up hot, trying to set up a crazy edge guard. Unsuccessful though. Anime not going to be able to get that side light pickup that he's looking for. The Sally landing mix-up. Sally into recovery. Oh my gosh. Anime
here we
trying
go.
to set up a nasty juggle.
Here we go. All right, these guys are not playing around, Dara. We're seeing some massive cannon streaks coming out thus far. Draggy able to make it back up onto the stage. Animefan giving up the stage control though, will be paying the price as the neutral light comes out. He's struggling to get back. Another neutral light is going to come up. The anything is going to connect. He tries to go for a second one. Nair goes out. And he catches the landing too.
He was able to track the landing. He wanted to catch a dodge up. He's not going to be able to find it. Now looking for a way to make it back on. Anime, I mean, that's a pretty avoidable edge guard. You just have to kind of wait out the charge of it, and then you can get back on pretty safely. Draggy not going to be able to find the punish that he's looking for, and the bounce on the stage is more than enough because you're, of course, fighting Zol, the highest force in the game.
Now, Draggy swapping over to the sword and neutralite. Will be knocking Animefan off stage, struggling to get back. He will be caught up in yet another neutralite. He's just patiently waiting for him to get back to the stage so he can push him off again. And there you go, Sweatymeat's coming out, no options left, just gliding down, and that's going to be evened out here. As Draggy still has the cannon in his hand, he will have the weapon advantage. Neutralite comes out, he tries to weapon guard, but Animefan finds the axe, going for the fidget spinner immediately.
Yeah, no, Endlight into the fidget spinner. I love that mix-up. It's so fun to do, especially if you land it, you get some crazy follow-ups after. But, oh my gosh, hold on. The ground pound going to be coming through. The double ground pound. Draggy is looking to delete Anime, but making it back on still. Draggy running out of resources. He never connected the D-Light of his dreams. Anime is happy to be alive, and Draggy, oh no. That's not how you get back against Zol.
Just charging up that down signature. We'll be walking straight into it. The D-Light Nair true combo coming out as well for a knockout confirmed there. Sticking to the cannon here. I mean, this is just a cannon party at this point.
Okay, Draggy not able to find the opening. Landing with the down air. Nice catch on the cross-up. Oh my gosh, that's actually going to be enough. The D-Light recovery KOing on a small world's end here. The stock count is once again even. This game is just about as even as it could be.
Will be catching that gravity cancel, so he does have the opportunity to go for a big follow-up. We'll be opting to just go for the quick true combo though. Very patient here, trying to get back up into the stage. Draggy has such a great presence when it comes to the edge guarding situations. Animefan is really struggling whenever he loses stage control. Whenever Draggy gets stage control, he really uses it to his advantage.
Anime has no recovery. Draggy just keeping it safe, falling down with the sail, keeping himself on the stage here. Gonna be no edge guard as Anime opts to pick up the weapon instead. Looking to keep up the pressure here. Nobody has committed to a button yet in the last 5 seconds. The side light gets punished. The D-light neutrality is not enough to KO off the top. Anime looking for the side light. Not gonna be able to find it. Draggy wants a D-light of his own, I'm sure. The sail is still not enough to KO off the side. Anime being so patient again. This could be anybody's game still, and it's gonna go to Anime.
Player 2 wins.
There it is, quick knockout confirmed. That's going to be Draggy losing the first game here. I still feel like Draggy had a lot of things on his side. It wasn't enough to get him across the finish line this time around, though. One of the things I want to mention about this gameplay, I don't think, us casters, we don't talk about stage control as much as we should, but that's because for a lot of players, stage control isn't that important. Of course, it's always important, but it really only becomes a matter of concern whenever the player is really good at utilizing that stage control. And I feel like Draggy did such an amazing job at that. Whenever Animefan was off stage, whenever he was struggling to get a landing, Draggy was putting so much pressure, and just there were instances where Animefan took 60, 70 damage just because he gave up stage control.
No, that's absolutely true, but I have to say, Anime, he put up an amazing fight of his own. He was able to, of course, take out game number 1. I think he was just scouting out Draggy's dodges so well, and he feels confident in like some of his big commitments when he just like sidelights a neutral. Wait a second, I'm talking about Anime, but Draggy is piecing him up right now. He has him off stage. He tries to go for the D6. He's not going to be able to find it. He tries to go for the double. Draggy is fishing. He hasn't caught him yet, but he went unpunished.
Trying to find the downlight. You can see Animefan is slowing down the pace of the game a little bit. He can kind of tell, you know, not really mashing, but he can tell Draggy is definitely becoming more aggressive. So he wants to punish those options instead. Draggy, noticing this, tries to turn down the pace of the game himself. It's going to be the first miss to be punished, and Draggy gets the first strike.
I love double cannon neutral. It's so funny. They could just do side in opposite directions and it'd just be like not a commitment at all. You know, because it's like, well, maybe if you dodge in, you know, like I'll hit you, but if you don't, then I'm totally fine to press this button.
Oh! Animefan all the way down in orange at this point. Still going for those large commitments with those recoveries. He wants to get those knockouts fast here. Neutralite comes out, won't be enough. Does he go for the offstage? No. Waiting here. Do I smell a down sig? Do we smell a down sig? It's going to be a sidelight there instead.
Yeah, that's more than enough to be able to go ahead and close out that free stock on Draggy. Let's see what he's got here. Just aggressively dashing up to Anime, able to get the sidelight, can't punish the neutral, didn't feel confident at that distance. Draggy just continuing to back up here, and Anime taking advantage of that with those weapon tosses. Draggy gets the sail, puts Anime off stage. Anime with the reversal. Draggy sweating on the way back down, getting hit by the end light, finds himself weaponless, picks up the sword. The positions just keep on switching.
Yeah, really good repositioning from Anime there with his axe neutralized. You see yet again dashing through that signature to go for yet another endlight. Anime making great use of it, but he will be thrown up into the stage. I mentioned before Draggy making good use of the stage control, but Anime has been having a much easier time finding the landings, and we are just hungry to find an aerial hit here, but Draggy just keeps missing, and every miss is answered by Anime.
Draggy with the sidelight. Not able to get the D-light here, tries to start a juggle here, but Anime holding onto his dodge. But you talk about Draggy stage control, even when he commits to those juggles. Wait a second, Anime just landing back on, able to find the D-light ground pound true combo, and all of a sudden Draggy is on his last stock. But you talked about Draggy stage control, I still feel like it is so important to bring up, because he's doing such a good job of it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to comment on that. Anime, it didn't work the first time. There was no need. There was no need to go for it a second time. I gotta mention, I feel like the amount of punishes that Anime has missed in this game, I feel like I can count them on probably 2 hands, which is not a lot of hands. He is so precise with his punishes.
To it. Anime able to find the end light, not able to get the D-light. Oh my gosh, they're both converting off of the bounces on the wall. Draggy not able to set up the juggle. He gets a sidelight, of course, no true combo afterwards. Anime dodging past the down-in. Down-in comes through. Weapon toss couldn't stop Draggy from going off stage. That weapon toss was amazing.
See, sidelight will be punished. Draggy pushing him off stage. Oh, but he goes for the sidelight. Side stick, it's in the wrong direction. That won't be hitting anyone. And Anime goes for the full-on punish, chasing him up into the air. Sticking to the axe here. The Sair won't connect though. Draggy able to find that punish. The D-Sig is going to whiff. Draggy setting up an offstage here. Sidelight, but he gets all of his options back. This is such a good position for Anime. Oh, but the GC D-Light recovery will be enough to find the knockout.
Wow. That was so cool. Honestly, I feel like I wanted to do nothing else other than just like to stop talking and watch, because that was so back and forth. The amount of reversals, the amount of times that, you know, like Anime has like switched up on Draggy and vice versa, like the amount of like dodge punishes that we got to see. I felt like that was like such a fun like double cannon matchup. That was so much fun to watch. Going into this next one, honestly, anybody can take it. This feels so close, Polly. This feels so even.
It really, really is, and what's beautiful about this matchup is that they're both excelling at such completely different things, and they're trying to outmatch each other. Draggy setting up the offstage. That was really scary, but Anime able to make it out unscathed.
Dude, the wake-up neutral after getting hit by Sair and bounced on the stage. How did he know that would hit? How did he know? I'm popping off right now. His situational awareness is amazing.
What you're seeing here, I mean, collectively, between these two players, there's like probably 7,000 or 6,000 hours of canon experience. I mean, like, this is some of the finest canon gameplay that North America has to offer.
Okay, GCD Light recovery. Draggy just loves going through those. He jumps in, and then he goes through the reverse GCD Light like he's playing blasters almost, you know? He does it with book cannon and unarmed, and he has been successful. He's able to get the neutral. I feel like where Draggy is excelling is in those jump callouts, is when he has control of the center stage. I feel like he just catches so many of Anime's landings.
Oh, that's good. Oh, he goes for the offstage. Dare comes out, but he isn't able to find the ground pound. Nice down signature from Anime. They're sensing that, okay, Draggy, he's getting a little bit hungry. He's trying to chase me down. What can I do in this situation? Well, I'll just set up a little bit of a trap. He's trying to run towards me. I'll make you run into this D-Sig.
Anime just setting up with weapon toss just to discourage Draggy from going off stage, and like comes through and immediately jumps right into the cannonball. Draggy's juggling does not stop. It just does not end. He tries to go for another GCD sig. It doesn't connect. The D-Light neutral takes it off the top. I cannot believe that he was still able to extend his advantage state.
Draggy able to hit Anime there when he had no options. Wasn't able to get a big string out of it though. Now nice Sair to take Draggy down there. Setting up a bit of an offstage, but Draggy being very careful here. He is doing... I feel like one of the biggest differences here between the last two games is that whenever Draggy is in a disadvantageous state, he really doesn't panic. He responds so well.
Just like in that position, he got hit by the weapon toss and he still makes it back on. He is still somehow hanging onto the stock. Anime is going to be looking for any way to close this one out, dashing back, giving Draggy a lot of space here. He's giving him a lot of center stage, but they're constantly exchanging it.
On the sword here, setting up the juggle. See a couple nairs coming out, but Anime able to find that landing. And here it is, you see it right here. What I mentioned with the stage control, Animefan, as soon as he's in the air, you're gonna get hit by a sidelight, you're gonna get hit by a D-Light, and that's going to be stock. 2-0 on the stock count as Draggy wins the next game. I gotta mention, I feel like these guys, it still feels so incredibly close. We're seeing the Onyx! We're seeing the Onyx star! I'm so happy. Okay, I just gotta finish. I just gotta finish my previous thought. I feel like both of them, their advantage state is still just as good. The key difference here is that Draggy is playing disadvantage so incredibly well. Like, Anime is struggling to get these big strings that he has previously in the game kind of relied on. So a pair of gauntlets could definitely do him well.
No dodge.
You could just tell by swapping over to this legend, his cannon has gained a new life as well.
That's good. He saw that dodge come out, and he was like, oh yeah, I know what to do from here. And just boom, 77 damage in total. Dealt onto Draggy here. Let's see what he does. Neutral into the GC and Light, looking so good with these gauntlets as well. Oh my gosh.
Just signature won't be going over the ledge.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, Neutralite pushing him away. Not going for the weapon start here. preferring the gauntlets. Draggy having a really hard time, as I say so, though, able to pick something up on in mid-air there.
Draggy just patrolling the weapon, playing around it, just holding on to Stanu. Nobody needs to go through the weapon swap here, and he keeps catching Anime behind him. I have no idea how often he catches him, crossing him up, but that's going to be Anime getting the stock off the top. Good call out. You talked about Anime fans, like, well, he was struggling to hold on to his advantage state. Well, this time, he has all the dodge punishes that he could possibly ask for. He has been capitalizing on them.
And this is unironically just mental block, but in reverse. Swapping over to Onyx, his cannon gameplay has completely changed. I mean, he's playing so much more aggressively, so much more confidently, and Draggy is having a hard time matching this new tempo that Animefan has started playing at.
He has him off stage in a really good position, but how does he actually end up closing it? Again, I think Draggy's just looking to catch those cross-ups. He's going for those series behind him. He's going to try to catch Animefan dodging in. He has noticed that habit, but Anime is not giving it to him. He comes back on with the recovery, but he is already in the yellow, in the orange, so Anime has built up a good lead for himself.
Light will be connecting so very close from Draggy, but not close enough. Animefan being a lot more precise with his punishes, just like in the first couple of games, starting to become one of the aspects where which is leading Anime to victory here. Light comes out, pushing him away to the right-hand side of the stage, but Draggy is able to set something up. He can't find a dodge though.
Like comes through, no, and Signal. Okay, Draggy just backing up a little bit because I think he was waiting for a wake up from Anime. Slowing down the neutral for just a second here. Anime has stopped crossing Draggy up. That time though, he did dash jump behind him. He was able to get the sale. He pushes him off stage. Draggy is now swinging in front of him. Look at the adaptation, look at the difference. He's starting to go for the sidelights and Darius directly in front of him, and that's a good idea, but he needs to start overshooting. Anime is just a little too far away. Draggy has the right idea, but he needs to overshoot.
I'm loving the options from Anime. I can't say it in any other way than Anime has just gained so much confidence here in this fourth game. He's playing so much better. He finds the dodge, Draggy all the way down into orange. This is a full stock lead now from Anime. And I mean, Draggy at this point, he might already be thinking about game 5, getting a little bit nervous. Are you really going to fail at the very end?
Anime is schmixing Draggy in neutral, but Draggy going out there, that's still not going to be the stock somehow. I don't know, but the ground pound is definitely going to do it. Anime all out of options. I feel like it's the neutral right now, Polly.
Yeah, the neutral. We're seeing a little bit of an off-stage setup by Draggy. He goes for the full extension, but he can't find the finishing blow. That's some good damage, but at this point, damage won't do you any good. You need to find the knockout faster than Anime, and Anime, it has been so good at finding the sidelight recovery, catching the dodge. We're going to game 5, Dara.
And I want to talk about this a little bit more because I feel like the neutral component was so important to defining who won this game and why Anime came out on top. I feel like in Brawlhalla, you're alternating typically between like, am I looking to catch them stacked if I think they're going to be stacked on top of me? Am I going to try to hit behind me if I think they're going to cross me up, especially with how strong dash jump and dash land is? Or snap dashes, or am I going to overshoot my attacks? Draggy in the beginning, he was going for like a lot of gravity cancelled daylights behind him. He was going for a lot of cannon siders behind him to try and catch cross-ups, but Animefan, he just kept backing up a little bit more. Draggy was struggling to hit Animefan as he just kept on whiffing. Now, Draggy opening off hot here, amazing advantage shade for him. I want to see how he adapts to Animefan's movement.
Yeah. I think that's a very good analysis, Dora. All I'm thinking is Ooga Booga Anime hits opponents with cannon, and that makes me very happy. But right now, Draggy is doing the exact same. I love how, I'm sorry, I gotta give in a little bit of a side comment here. Whenever you hit someone with a cannon, it really sounds like you're being smacked by a fridge, bro. The amount of force in every single punch, it's so satisfying.
Feel it. Feel it, boats. Oh, but he got the dodge, but no follow-up. He went for the downer instead of for the jump side. Okay, this is totally even, but Anime doesn't have a weapon. He tries to go for the GCD light. That was the biggest punish that he could do in that position. Picking up the gauntlets, he gets the side light, he gets a double, and that's gonna be the stock gone off the top. Anime now with the gentlest elite.
Oh, but he will find that Sair. He tried to look for the... actually, it looks like he was trying to react to the dodge there, but nice GCDC coming out from Draggy. He really uses those signatures sparingly, so they're really hit hard and they come out of left field whenever he does use them. Anime being a lot more conservative with his signatures.
Goes all the way up there for the grab pound, but that might have been a mistake because Anime tries to take advantage of it, but Draggy's going to take the situation and make it his own. Somehow he makes it back on.
Let's see, able to pick up the neutral line, pushing him off stage. The neutral signature to create some space, to create a little bit of a threat. Just like that. We're stuck in a quick standoff. We're seeing a lot of standoffs right now, Dara. Both of these guys, they understand the importance of this game.
Draggy just gave Anime a couple of big openings with those whips. Let's see how he's going to be able to hopefully even up some of this damage, or if it's going to be Anime that comes up with the lead here. Playing patiently, playing slowly. They can both feel the pressure at this point.
July comes out. Another one pushing Anime further away. He isn't able to capitalize on that stage control as much as he was before. A little bit more reserved, a little bit more drawn back. It looks like Animefan might have been getting to his head. A neutral signature is going to connect though. Does he go for the commitment, the weapon throw? Oh! What is that?
What? I can't believe that this happened. Did he weapon toss before he got hit by the D-Light? I think he got weapon toss he threw the weapon before he got hit by the D-Light, and it came back and it saved him for a second. And now, Polly, it is game 5. Last stock. This could be anybody. This is as even as it gets. He caught him going in.
I am in disbelief. I am in disbelief after that weapon throw. We gotta see that on the replay, but for now, we gotta focus on the task at hand. One stock remaining. One of the players are going to be knocked out of the tournaments after this, and Draggy is looking determined to make it Animefan all the way down into red thus far. He has the gauntlets though. If he's able to find just one good read, one good offstage play, he's shown himself capable of finding those in this game thus far. He sets up the Sair.
He went for the unlight behind him, but he was a little bit too soon in doing so. Anime! He caught him. The unlight is not going to do it. Can Animefan make it back onto the stage, or is this going to be Draggy's edge guarded? He just opts to pick up the weapon instead.
Let's see, that could have been a detrimental mistake. Oh, but we're seeing so many misses and not so many punishes. Animefan going for 6, ground post, nothing is working. Weapon throw, recovery, nothing is hitting right now. And Draggy with a gentle, a polite cannonair is going to find the final knockout. That's going to be Draggy advancing into top 8. That is going to be actually his first top 8. I saw people in the chat before saying, who even is Draggy? What do you mean his PR9? And he is showing himself so capable tonight. This man is not a one-trick wonder from BCX. He is here to stay.
Yeah, no, he is playing so well. That was such an amazing set. So unfortunate it had to be the in-house like in-house flow state KO that they had to knock each other out. So it's a little bit tragic, but Draggy's gameplay has been so good. Anime as well, though. Like, switching to the Onyx was, like, such a good move. His gauntlets were definitely popping off. I cannot believe that his ground pound offstage didn't connect. This game could have been so different had that offstage ground pound connected. It was pixels away. And I can't wait to see the replay on that weapon toss.
Yes, please, production.
Everything. Yeah.
Please let me see that weapon toss. I love that option. I mean, as an esports lover, as an esports enjoyer, I love the storyline. But as a Brawlhalla enjoyer, I gotta see what he did so I can copy that in my own games. Was the weapon throw before the D-Light? He just knew.
It was. It just was. Yeah. It was just beforehand. That was crazy. It was such a small interaction, but it saved him. It helped him get back on. Yeah, that was awesome.
We have no time. We have no time. We already have our next players in the lobby. We're not even able to talk about the players. I mean, you can see them on the screen right now. They don't really need an introduction. I mean, we're that deep into the bracket now. There's only Titans remaining. This is going to be Rutsme going up against Moneyholla.
This is so tragic. How many times have I seen Moneyholla and Rutsme take each other out in bracket? Because it happens often. These are the two best Great Target players that I could think of. They're both phenomenal. This set could go either way. We have Rutsme, the Mako GOAT. We have Moneyholla, you know, the Amugi GOAT. We're opening off on Small Wiggle's end. Let's see what we got.
Even out damage thus far. Both players going ham. Moneyholla able to catch the landing there on Rutsme, setting up a little bit of a something. Oh, the great sword! And what is that first strike? That is so fast.
Rutsme landing in with the neutral load. Now we got both of the great swords out. Rutsme not going to be able to get the three-piece. Moneyholla waits for him to get off stage, commits the third attack, and then he goes for the downer. That was awesome. The side stick is still not enough to KO, and Mookie is a big boy with a high defense stat.
Oh, but there it is. Going out with the signature. We'll find that knockout. Sticking to the guitars here to try and build a little bit of a lead for himself. Moneyholla quickly picking up that greatsword though, trying to get an aerial play started.
No
We're
dodge.
going back down to stage.
No dodge. Wow. Okay, Moneyholla gonna be getting called out there. Rutsme is so patient in his advantage state, and he goes for the craziest of GCN6, and Moneyholla's second stock, after he built that lead for himself, has just been deleted.
Yeah, giving him a very hard time there. Now sticking to the axe, able to knock him away. Goes for the craziest of side signatures, but Rutsme going all the way off, hunting him down and hitting that signature. Moneyholla, you gotta be careful. You can't be missing those attacks. Not against Rutsme, not off stage. He's got that neutral signature, and he's not afraid to use it.
What is his Katari's advantage state? Moneyholla off stage as greatsword against Katari's. This is not the position that you want to be in, and it does not matter if he goes for the side stick. He still gets swatted away. What is this advantage state? What is this Katari's advantage state that we're seeing from Rutsme? How does he know? How does he put so much pressure? He made Moni panic a little bit. He made Moni panic just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, really, I feel like Rutsme was playing slightly better overall, but you can really hone in and you can really explain his victory by a few key moments where he just really outplayed Moneyholla. In a lot of those times, it was because Moneyholla put himself in really terrible situations. You gotta be a lot more careful off stage going up against Rutsme whenever he has the guitars.
Rutsme, again, he is just stringing along these hits. Moneyholla able to get the end light as he get off me. Now he's picking up his greatsword. Rutsme, no immediate dodge. Both of them are so comfortable with knowing when to dodge against greatsword. Wow, that downer whip.
Wow, Rutsme's in flow state with these signatures, man. The neutral signature, finding that knockout. Not opting to go for a weapon start here, going for a weapon guard instead. Goes for the GC and a Sig. Not going to connect this time around. Side Sig from Moneyholla, pushing Rutsme away.
Rutsme just gonna be denying Moneyholla of a weapon now. Tries to go for the dodge call out, and he almost had it with the end light, but he was a little bit too far to the left to connect it. Backing up a little bit here, being so patient. Oh my god! He caught Moneyholla's whip. He caught him mashing with the side light, and then he was able to punish him for it. And then that side sig, it does ultimately end up losing him the stock. Moneyholla, he has to make up a lot of damage.
Nair coming out. Moneyholla throwing out a Nair of his own during his landing. Let's see now. Pushes him off stage, gets a little bit of a string started, but Rutsme is able to get back in there so quickly. He interrupted that Sair almost last frame with a D-light.
Comes back on with the recovery. Oh my gosh, the end sig didn't actually end up connecting. Rutsme just going out there, getting the ground pound, and that is Rutsme holding on to this lead. Oh.
Let's see. Trying to throw out the Sair, and it's another neutral signature from Rutsme. Will he find another one? Gets the Nair, goes for the full-on string to push Moneyholla off stage. Sair tries to go for a second one, but Rutsme finds his own. Ground pound is just too far away from the wall. It won't connect, and Moneyholla successfully returning the favor of that off-stage interaction, taking Rutsme down.
Yeah, that was so close. That could have been such a different exchange had Rutsme connected the ground pound, but that's okay. We are moving on into the future. Goes for the sidelight read that he didn't find. He goes for the end sig. He's not able to connect it here. Moneyholla landing. Sweat beads coming out, using up the dodge. Rutsme is putting on so much pressure just by doing nothing at all.
Let's see. Sair won't find its mark. Goes for the signature. So many active frames, but Moneyholla knowing exactly how to space against it. Another signature will be whiffed, and a recovery to close things out. That's going to be 2-0 for Rutsme, as he is looking to close this set out. Moneyholla hovering over the legend pick here, and we're going to see a mirror. Not only is Moneyholla on the Mako, we're seeing the General Grievous.
When you see the switch for Moneyholla, it's fine. I'm sure the switch is gonna work out this time. It's gonna be okay. Listen, he still has great sword. That's gonna still be, of course, a very big factor. I just feel like usually in the sets that I've seen Moneyholla before, if he switches when he is down 2 games, that is usually not the best sign. But hey, maybe this time around it's gonna be a little bit different. Let's see what his Mako is gonna be capable of.
We'll see both players. Now it's going to be a mirror. Let's see if Moneyholla is able to put those signatures to good use too. I mean, so far he still has the same great sword that he had last game. Side signature won't find its mark. Nair keeping him away from the wall, but what a nice recovery to get back.
Set end light, just waiting out Moneyholla's disadvantage options. I cannot believe that he had enough time to land and still pop out a side light like that. Wow.
Neutral signature will be punished this time around. Great option by Moneyholla. Not able to close out this offstage, not just yet though.
I can't believe that we're seeing 2 Makos on the screen right now. What is happening? Moneyholla not able to get that stock yet. Oh, but Rutsme sidelight immediate dashed up decent. Okay, that's a mix-up.
That's what you get. That's what you get when you have this much experience on this weird characters. Neutral signature not going to connect. Moneyholla has to find a knockout here. He will finally get it. We see the emote coming out.
Bro, okay. I'm sure it's all friendly. That's me able to get the end light, and with that he picks up his weapon. Tries to go for a big side secure. He gets his jump called out. Moneyholla, the Qatar's goat. Almost gonna be, stealing Rutsme stock through off stage.
Recovery won't find its mark. Moneyholla able to keep Rutsme away from the ground, but not for long. The recovery comes out 2 stocks to 1 now. And I just have to mention the immense restraint from Rutsme not to woohoo taunt in that situation.
Oh yeah, he's holding it back. Now he's nonchalant. He is nonchalant. Goes for the side light, D-light, not able to get the 3-piece there. Moneyholla not able to find this next big opening on Rutsme. Oh, Rutsme with a spot dodge punish on that with side sig. Yeah, this is looking like it's gonna be Rutsme's game right now.
Playing incredibly well thus far. The neutral signature not going to work. Tries to go for the soft read there. And he is really just throwing out all of the options at this point. That's going to be enough. 3-0, making a light work from Moneyholla. I'm sincerely surprised that this was not closer.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, this usually happens when Moneyholla doesn't feel confident in the set, or like, something like happens with his mental. He usually just goes for like that switch when he's down a couple of games. And that's always like, a little bit heartbreaking because I still feel like he has it in him to be able to make those kinds of comebacks. He just has to have confidence in his main, in his pick. But once you see that switch, chances are it might be already over at that point. So good stuff to Rutsme, always just putting on like such a big show with Mako, but it was not Moneyholla's day today.
Yeah, really wasn't. 3-0 to get sent down at the 9th is not what you were looking forward to for your first tournament of the year. But Rutsme will be securing a place in the top 8, and that is actually going to be now the entire top 8 completely filled.
That's right. The top 8 is all filled up, and that means that in the top 8 we have... I just want to pull up the bracket and give you guys a little recap. In winners finals is Markimu and Balloon Boy, believe it or not. Markimu ended up beating Flower, Balloon Boy ended up beating Rise. In the elimination side, of course, we will be seeing the return of Rutsme up against Draggy and Guchibu up against Bunny. We got to see some really amazing sets. Probably my favorite set, it had to be Anime up against Draggy. How do you feel?
Yeah, it's not even close. Not even close. Animefan versus Draggy was so fun, and I've got to say, it is a disgrace to put Teros next to Draggy's name whenever we saw that gameplay that we were seeing from Draggy on the cannon. It has been a super nice evening, and as you mentioned, that is going to be top 8 completely filled out now. We have not seen actually that many upsets, at least compared to the other regions. In the other regions, we've had massive setups all throughout the bracket. This is looking pretty standard.
Yeah. In the top 8 side of things, I feel like is a little bit more standard, but Mr. Boy Gamer 55. Mr. Boy Gamer 55 is the one. I think that made a lot of the upsets. Like again with like that win over Stingray. You know, I think the win over Anonymous Alex as well, if I'm not mistaken, and a couple of others. So definitely, if there is somebody to keep your eyes on, it is going to be Mr. Boy Gamer 55. Ultimately, ended up getting 3-0'd by Bunny, but still like an awesome showing.
But I do believe that is actually going to be it for us on the side stream. You're going to be seeing the rest of the action live on the main stream as we will be signing off and letting those casters take over. It has been a great event, not only today but for the entire weekend, because this is where we'll be signing off. Dara, do you have anything to add?
Not at all, guys. Just thank you so much for watching. It has been a pleasure to be on the mic with you all. I'm going to be seeing you all next week in the studio for the mainstream, for some doubles action. But right now, we're going to be watching the rest of Top 8 alongside all of you. Everybody, I hope you all have a lovely rest of your evening. And let's head on over to twitch.tv/Brawlhalla. Bye-bye.
Like 5 minutes, we can stay in one place. Taking my time with it, no, it's not a race. I want you in your mind, baby. Tired of this chase, and I know you feel the same. Time will pass, I can't stand to see. Thought of you and me, grumble so slowly. Understand is real, just give me the wheel. I know that we were scared. Butterflies are pushing us into the edge. Let go of what's been said. Heart is racing, but we'll make it to the end. Just take a chance. Take a chance. Stick right with you through the rocky road days, knowing it's my mission to make it through the haze. I want strawberry smiles on a rainy morning Sunday, with the sunlight on my face. Time will pass, I can't stand to see. Thought of you and me, grumble so slowly. Understand to be